You are watching Leicester Till I Die TV.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
To play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Good afternoon, good evening, good day, good morning, good night, goodbye. Hello, wherever you are in the world, welcome along. Match day 31 of the season. Leicester City travelling down the M1 to Watford to play the Hornets, who seem to be having a few problems at the moment. But let's not worry about them, hey. Everyone wants to beat us, says Enzo. That true? Do you reckon? Not many of them have managed to.
Chris does it 3 hours a day.
Want to do it again?
5 days a week.
Oh, yes.
Just for you.
I love it.
On the Golden Breakfast Show.
This is Surrey Hills Radio.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Indeed, that's where you can find us. And don't forget to support Surrey Hills Radio, who are backing the channel, mainly because I probably do the breakfast show and the love song show. Details going across the bottom now. Yes, indeed, it is Ipswich 1, West Bromwich Albion 2. Everybody said that Ipswich were going to fall away. Looks like they probably are doing, but this is, look, Leicester Till I Die TV, bringing you LTID TV, and it's the watch along as we take on Watford. Let's catch a few points up here. Gray, afternoon, Chris. Hopefully you're feeling better. Afternoon, Gray. I'm feeling a hell of a lot better. Every so often you kind of hit the wall. That was me. That was me this week. I've still, as if to prove just the point there, I still do have a very bad cough, so bear with me. Ben is in. Afternoon, Chris and fans. I heard Vestergaard ain't playing. No, he's not. And we're going to have a very good point about Vestergaard. I'm going to bring the team up in a second. Legendary players, yes, there are. That was the idea behind it. Hopefully, not everybody's favourites. I'm sure I've missed people's favourites out there. They're just some of mine. Highfields, hello Highfields, how are you? Welcome along, sir. Hope you are well. Nate is in from the good old US of A. How are you doing, sir? Welcome along. Douglas, good evening to you. Oh, good afternoon to you, sir. How the devil are you? Well there in Scotland, I hope. Any snow yet, Doug? Any snow? Everybody's saying hello to everybody else. Great to hear Chris says it can be tough to shake though. Oh, I can. Man flu. Excuse me. 8 minutes of stoppage time in the Ipswich game. Yep, man flu. And Brad made a very good point on yesterday's show, is that women say, man flu doesn't exist. It's nothing like having a baby. And he made the point, and I'm going to quote this. I wish I'd come up with it, but I have to say credit to Brad. Women that say that man flu isn't as bad as giving birth, all I will say is, men, have you ever heard a man anywhere say, I want man flu again? Women, give them 5 days after they've had a baby. Oh, I want another baby. So that says it all. Look, he's here. He's in. Let's bring him in. The man himself. Let me just bring the team up. Here we go. And then I can bring him in and say hello to Brad. Brad, good evening, sir. Good afternoon, good morning, good day.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good day. Short show, wasn't it? See you later.
It was. It was. Bye then. Anyway, so that was nice of Brad to pop on. Here we go.
Oh dear. How you doing, mate? It's going well.
Just about. I know him at the end because it's coming to turn into a chesty cough, and that's always the end of my.
That's always the end. It's either that or it's April Fool's Day on your body, and then tomorrow you'll be twice as worse.
Exactly. Right. Now I did a poll, and he was very grateful. But I did a poll on Twitter with Vestergaard out of the Watford game. Who do you start at the centre of the back three? Souttar, Cody, or Nelson? And of 99 people who expressed a preference, and I have to say that, 55.6% went for Ben Nelson. So they've got their wish today. 27.3% went for Cody, 17.2% went for Souttar. Look, you can see there, we'll talk about it in a second, Nelson is on his starts. What does that say to Cody, do you think?
I was just about to say, I'm happy to see Nelson play because he has expressed since he joined us that obviously we know he in his short, limited manager career, Enzo has worked with the Manchester City under-23s. He aspires to bring talent in through, from within and instead of always pickpocketing other people's youth systems, and having 400 signings if your name's Chelsea FC. So whilst on one hand it's good, it was always going to come with a little bit of but what does? And unfortunately that is, what does that mean for Cody? Because Cody was one of the first signings through the door, Chris. There was a lot of expectation, but there was
I think we were all excited to get him.
Well, we were excited to get him. He was Premier League. He'd annoyingly been a part of the Everton side that pipped us to safety. They wanted him. Has no chance of getting him, as we found out with the financial fair play situation being so bad. Picked him up on a steal. Wolves fans were gutted that they were letting him go, especially when they let him go last season when they only had like one fit centre back after he'd gone out the door.
Ipswich, just to let you know, Ipswich have just done what Ipswich always do. In the 93rd minute of 98, it's 2-2.
Oh, for God's sake. Well, I'll tell you what, though, Chris. Just while you throw
I saw you checking the scores before you...
That gives us a point. That does give us both a point. We both went 1-1. Doug, top of the league, let it slip early doors. He went 2-0.
Well, look, there's still 4 minutes plus a little bit of extra stoppage time.
How did Sheffield Wednesday Birmingham finish? Do we know?
Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Birmingham 0.
Oh, I needed Birmingham to score, but I was again the only one who got a point. Super Sheffield Wednesday, second team they are for me. I got. But no, it does raise a little bit of concern because if he's not getting in when there's an injury to Vestergaard, who we've discussed many times having a great season, undoubtedly, but whilst we don't know, you feel that if we make that step up, you're expecting, aren't you, really? It's going to be Faze, Cody, Nelson as the third choice.
Yeah.
Look, maybe we're reading too much into it. Maybe it's just simplicity as Nelson's preferred on that side and Cody's more for Faze. And then the summer would be better. But he did. It was like, because he arrived practically with winks, didn't he? And
Same day.
Oh, yeah. So they had two contrasting times at Leicester already. I hope this isn't another Vestergaard 2.0 when he was managed by Brendan. But look, they're both good centre backs, both reliable. I'm happy to see him in the 11. There's nothing.
I think Cody's already had more time than Vestergaard got under Brendan. But Gray says here, Enzo picks his team by. Do the players have the right mental attitude? If you don't play absolutely spot on for me, I think Cody was turning into a rugby match there in the Ipswich box. West Brom box. Sorry. We signed Cody for 2 years, Nate. And I think Cody's probably got one of the best mental attitudes of anybody in the squad. Because, from what I'm hearing, what he offers in the dressing room, although even when he's not playing, is a hell of a lot.
Yeah, he feels like he was more a Evans replacement in the sense that he had the experience, he'd have the brain, he has that leadership mentality, and this gets talked about a lot in football. But I kind of put him in that Johnny Evans / Morgan bracket. More Wes Morgan in his last year or so at Leicester, because even though he rarely played, in fact, I could be wrong here, but I think the last time he kicked a ball for Leicester, he came on in like the 90th minute in the FA Cup final against Chelsea. Now, someone might say he played after that, but I don't.
Ooh! Sorry, Ipswich nearly pinched it then.
Oh, well, thank God they didn't, because I'll take the point. I'll need as many points as I need, and we need Ipswich and teams like that to drop as many as we do.
Yes.
But yeah, that threw me off. Basically, I think, Wes Morgan's last year or two at the club, he was kept around for 2 reasons. Bit of sentiment, because he was the captain of the Premier League when inside. Obviously, they wanted to try, whilst they were really going for it, to make him the captain of the FA Cup side, which he's done. He's going to have a lot of bromishing stories to tell his grandkids when he's older. But also, he was a leader in the dressing room when he wasn't playing. He always kept that mentality that when they're in the dressing room, and maybe a captain was injured and wasn't travelling or whatever reason, you knew you had him there to turn to as a wise head that you could send a player to go and do. And I feel like that's what Cody does, because you're right, Chris. When he came and he got injured, he was travelling with the team. He was jumping at the chance to do press conferences. And the club won't trust you to do press conferences if you've got a crap attitude. They won't make you do it. The only time they'll do that is if they're going to throw you under the bus, and you're not going to do that to a player that's showing bad attitude.
I think he does. I think he does. But like Gray said, it's what Enzo was saying. But I don't think you could question that. Luke is in from Perth, Australia, not Perth, Scotland, which is probably why he's sweating his bollocks off at the moment. Still hot down there, mate?
Still about 30 degrees at like 10 o'clock at night. So yeah, it's a bit rough.
Honestly, it's a hard life. Yeah, first world problems, eh?
Oh, mate, I'm telling you right now.
I'm getting rather excited at Ipswich West Brom here. We're in the 99th minute, so I think the whistle's going to go any time, and it's still sort of 2-2. I'm sorry, Luke, but in a poll that I did on Twitter, 99 people that expressed a preference didn't want Suter. In fact, out of the 3 options, Suter was bottom, Cody middle, Nelson was first. I like Nelson. Or I like. See, it's finished. It's 2-2. By the way, it's finished now. I like Suter, but I think Nelson. Yeah, I mean, I think if Suter was going to make an impact under Enzo, he'd have done it by now, Luke.
Yeah, mate. Pretty much his bottom choice. I just don't think he. I would definitely know what Weaver was 42 today. I don't think he's in Enzo's plans, mate. I think he's like there for the FA Cup games until he can get a move, or unless a bunch of people get injured. I reckon I rate him, but I don't think, in the way that Enzo sets up that back 3 that he trusts him on the ball.
No. I just think if we get promoted, and I was going to say when is obviously being a little bit presumptive, Luke. But if we get, can't stop saying it. If we get promoted, we need not just one cover, but we want 2. But we're going to have, Cody. We're going to have Nelson. We're going to have Vestergaard. We're going to have Suter. I think Vestergaard will drop down and not be the obvious starter. Luke, just seen your message. Luke was late. Now, we always say, guys, and he knows he's not going to get away with putting that in the private chat and we're not reading it out. But you always say people are late and have they brought a note from the mother? Well, Luke's note was, sorry, guys, had to shit something first. I hope you've got more than one toilet when I stay with you. Otherwise, I might have to hold something in for 2 days. I'm not following you in, but
I've got private one, mate. I need space and peace and serenity, and I shit naked as well. I get proper comfy. The other details you need.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. We need the information. But yeah. So I think Vestergaard's going to drop down, and Nelson's going to be the one moving forward.
I think so, mate. Like it's a shame because we're all quite excited and we all thought Cody was going to be captain, as you were just mentioning earlier. But like at the same time, like everyone said the same thing about old mate sick note that went to United, Johnny Evans. And like I don't want to be spending $8 to $10 million on a player that's going to be a cheerleader. Like if they're going to be a backup option, I still want to see them get integrated into the squad more and keep it competitive for that spot. But do you know what I mean? Like, why did we sign Cody for if he's just going to sit in the bench the whole time?
I don't think we expected, though, Brad, when we signed Cody, that Vestergaard was going to turn into Brian Robson, did we?
No, we didn't, and that's not a bad thing. It's wonderful to know that players that maybe were edging out the door or being or being run out the door like a fire drill was being practiced has suddenly turned good and turned provided. The last thing you want is to feel like you. As a fan, you don't want to have a player that you just look at and go, he's stinking out the place. And as a player, you don't want to feel, like that guy that's just twiddling his thumbs waiting for the summer so his agent can fly him all over the place trying to get him out of the club. So, I mean, one man's gain is another man's patience is what he'll need to be. And look, we've seen at parts during the season. He made his debut against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. Now, yeah, okay, it was the third round, but that Liverpool side wasn't exactly slacking in numbers, so it was a good debut for him. And we are in that little weird, crazy period, aren't we, Chris? Again, it's the Championship. It's the League Ones and League Twos suffer this, unlike the Premiership. But the Premiership won't have played too many games. Bollocks. Anyway, I digress. We've got a game on Saturday. A youngster like Nelson, you'd like to think.
Yes, they have got a game today. You're quite right. Nothing gets past her. Nothing gets
past.
I
know, right? As sharp as a tackle there. No, but Nelson's also a young centre back, and if you're talking longevity throughout the career, who really needs to be playing football right now? I know, yes, technically they'd both like to play football, but if you said, okay, you're going to go, let's just talk up. You're going to go up this season. You're going to want one of these being your mainstay and the other one coming on and feeling comfortable knowing he's going to come on and fill a gap for an injury or suspension or just to add an extra body in that defensive end that was to go 3. I'd rather see Nelson starting and Cody come on than vice versa, because you always have it with a youngster that's a little bit of naivety there. But we have got 3 games as well, Chris, haven't we? We've got Watford today. We've got the midweek against my second prediction league side, Sheffield Wednesday. Another point in that one from Sheffield for me, Luke. Got my old traditional Sheffield point in. And then it's the FA Cup weekend, isn't it, next weekend? Against Bournemouth?
No, it's the Tuesday going to be. Yeah, Tuesday night.
Tuesday. Yeah, it goes silly midweek, doesn't it? It goes. Yeah. So it goes midweek. So it's not the weekend, but it's a couple of days afterwards. So who knows? Maybe he's being saved just to play Premier League oppositions in the cup, because if he comes on against Bournemouth and starts, maybe that's what we're using Cody for. But we'll see. That is, like you said, Chris, trying to say if more than when for the promotion. That's also a long way off next season. So we'll have to see what the planning is. He's just got to be patient.
Luke, just checking here. Gray said about where are we? Daka and his player of the month. I was just checking. I hadn't seen it. Daniel Farker from Leeds has won manager of the month, and who's player of the month is from Plymouth.
Oh, I can't wait for Southampton fans to get
Morgan
salty
Whittaker.
about.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel, look, just to sidetrack briefly, I mean, maybe they just wanted to give it to somebody different because they got fed up with giving it to Enzo. I don't know. I mean, did Leeds do any better than anybody else? Right, we lost to Coventry in that time, but I would have thought I would have taken the Southampton manager over the Leeds manager. Southampton were unbeaten, I think, weren't they? All the Leeds were unbeaten. I'm not sure.
No, I think you're right, man. No, I agree, to be fair. Like, and this is coming from a Leicester supporter that wears nothing but blue tinted glasses. I would have given it to the Southampton manager as well. I've just drawn a blank on his name, sorry. I to be fair, I would have gone for that too.
Yeah, but anyway, let's get back to the team. So Hermansen in goal, Ricardo in his normal sort of dual role. Back three: Luke, Faze, Nelson, and Justin. There was some thought that Doyle might come in, but I think Luke.
I went for JJ.
You did. You had him on the other side though, but we won't talk about that. You know, that was you. That was the heat getting to you, but. I mean, we've got a game on Tuesday, so I think we're going to see two probably quite changed starting lineups. But I'm not phased, no pun intended, but I'm not phased by Nelson coming in. Bum bum. Thank you. Here all week.
Neither am I, to be fair. It's just curious to see, do you think Nelson's going to take Vestergaard's spot, or do you think Faze is? Because Faze... Like, Vestergaard doesn't make those runs forward that Faze does. Now, that's where it gets interesting for me. Can Nelson do on the ball what Vestergaard can at this stage of his career? No. Can he develop into that? Possibly. And that'd be a lot more exciting, as I keep banging on about. Vestergaard has the turning circle of a Mack truck. So if Nelson could develop that on the ball, that's a major upgrade in the future.
And Brad, I think we all, and even myself, as, you know, Vestergaard's godfather, and Kate, who's a fan as well, have both accepted that Vestergaard, and he probably knows himself, probably is unlikely to start. And maybe that's why Nelson is getting that role, because Nelson's got the speed and he's got the height. He basically is almost like Vestergaard Mark II, but like I say, add the speed. You know, it's like getting a Ford Fiesta and sticking a Ferrari engine in it.
Yeah, it looks that way. I think it's quite obvious with the fact that you see Nelson in the lineup and his defensive partner's phased, and he's obviously going to be the Vestergaard ideal replacement. And like I said, if you're preparing for if, ands, and buts next season, which is all right, it's the worst thing you can try and do is prepare for something that's not set in stone. But you want to see Nelson get as many games and as much experience under his belt as possible. I think you're right. As much as I've even liked him this season, despite my thoughts towards him beforehand, I think Vestergaard, this is kind of like the best way you can end a stuttering career at a club, because it ends on a good note. You don't want to end in the opposite way where you kind of peter out and nobody really remembers you. You want to go, wow, do you remember that time where it took Vestergaard 3 years to get in the team and then what a defender he was? We want to be sat here talking about good things with Vestergaard. I think we're going to do that. And it's, in the end, despite a sour start to his time at Leicester, it sounds like it's going to end in a good way, Chris. You know, he's going to be remembered for what he's done this season, especially if we do get promoted. And he's increased his stock. I don't know if he's out of contract in the summer. If he is, I'm sure that there'll be 4 or 5 clubs fighting over him. It'd be nice for him to add a 2-year deal on and not do a Yuri on us, but I'm not really overly bothered. I don't think you can get more than a couple of million from him anyway. So yeah, the future's bright. The future's Nelson. I don't know if that works.
I just want to say, coming up on Monday night at 7:00, it's a Let's Talk Leicester show, the debate show, every Monday at 7. And I'm going to be joined there by Kate and Dave. And we are going to be talking a lot about the blue card. And I don't want to get into that today, but we'll be talking blue card. We'll have a set of traffic lights soon. I only wish they'd gone for green, because we could have had yellow, red, green. But we'll also be talking, and you were talking there, Brad, about Vestergaard giving him an extension, blah, blah, blah. Is that I put a couple of posts, I put a post up on X and a post up on Facebook, Luke, saying if we get promoted, does Vardy get another season? And I was blown away by the lack of people that were saying, yes, let's give him an extra year. There's so many people who say, well, Mo, he's probably past it for the Premier League, and maybe give him a play as you pay, or pay as you play, I should say, or only sort of guarantee him if he gets so many goals this season. I was really surprised at the lack of Vardy support.
I'll always give him, I'll put a comment on that. I'll always give him my support. You have to. granted that it's for the best of the teams. By that, I mean reduced wages.
Is anybody going to stay on reduced wages? Sorry, he's at the point now, he doesn't need the money. And he may look at that and go, well, if that's what you're giving me, fuck off.
But if you just said he doesn't need the money and he had probably plenty of chances to take more money and go to Arsenal and whoever else fill in the blank in the past,
yeah,
I would not be surprised if he stayed for reduced wages. But you could be 100% right, mate. Who knows? Maybe he sails off into the American sunset and plays rubbish football over there.
Yeah. Or goes and has a season at Sheffield Wednesday, which is obviously his boyhood. I just think it's an insult. We either give him a year, don't give him an increase, just don't increase his wages at all. Just leave them as they are. I think for me, it's an insult to offer him less. Going on to the midfield, Brad. Get back to the team. Pretty much Winks, Dewsbury Hall. You're always going to see those two there, aren't you? Pratt starts again.
Yeah, again, it's good to see, and we've wanted a run for Pratt, and I know we love Eunice, and I feel like Eunice and we'll get on. I still think, even though he's kind of been off the bench sort of thing, I think he's still a player in Enzo's mind to for a plan again ahead of schedule, if you will. But it's good to see, and again, he's working hard. He's providing. He's got a couple of assists to his name. He's having a run in the team. And how many times, Chris, have we said this about particular players? Daka, Cannon, Ian Acho, Pratt. We have said these types of players, don't judge them on 10 minutes here, 5 minutes here, one half a game, and then not playing the next. They need a run of consistency. And although bad management, injuries have kind of been stop-start with Pratt's tenure at Leicester, he just needs to keep not playing him for the sake of playing him. If he's got a niggle, I'm sure he'll bench him or won't pick him. That's just Enzo. He's straight up. He's honest with his players. You're not 100%. I'm not picking, which is fair. But whilst he's been playing well and the team's performing the way they're playing, he kind of subsidises and adds actually more than what we were getting when we were trying to force Cassidy into that role. As much as I like the potential and idea of Cassidy staying with us and blossoming near the back end of his career, which he just started to do, funny enough, for us in terms of goals before Chelsea called him back, I wanted that sort of sensible engine in the middle to kind of go for it. I'm not saying Eunice isn't a sensible engine of a player, but I'm saying someone who some of the lads kind of know and can work around and maybe have a little bit more trust and understanding in. So I'm happy for Pratt to be in that side, stay injury free. He deserves a run in the team.
I mean, look, the way things are going, I would not be surprised if he doesn't get an extension next season. And as much as I said that I think we should sell him, that's purely not on his ability as a footballer, but on his sick note record. I'm more than happy for him to re-sign, because he does bring a lot to the team. I think he's got a couple of goals recently as well, so shouldn't knock him. But again, Luke, no Eunice. I like Eunice. I hope we could sign him at the end of the season. Whether we've seen enough of him or not, I don't know. But look, we're playing again on Tuesday. I have a feeling Eunice may start Tuesday.
I'm starting to think the opposite, mate, now, because it's been 3 games in a row where I thought he was going to come in after Cassidy left, and we haven't seen him. And I agree with everything that Brad just said as well about Cassidy. Pratt is a lot more reliable on the ball. I thought he had a much better game the last time he played, and I also believe that that's what we wanted Sensi for, someone that was more experienced, reliable on the ball in that position, and we've got Pratt. So if he doesn't re-sign for the championship, he is more than adequate for that position compared to Cassidy. Why waste time developing someone that might not be a good player, that might not even sign of us, that was on loan? So I think stick with Pratt. If he doesn't re-sign, thank you. Good luck to you.
I had no tears at all over Cassidy going back, to be honest with you. Hi to Jeff. He's coming from the Philippines. Hi to Dino as well. We're going to get to score predictions in a couple of minutes. I'm going to stick with you, Luke, with this one, because I love winding you up. Daka starts again. And can we just say before we actually just get onto that, I'm just going to say let's not write off Nacho and wish him all the best this weekend, because I think it's this weekend. It's the AFCON final. Nigeria. I'm not sure who they are playing. Gabon or somebody like that, I think it is. But let's just say to Kells, good luck, mate, and when you come back, you've got a big gold medal around your neck. Not praying. Why?
I don't think we'll never say that again.
I know. Otherwise,
it's going to be the sad, Chris. It's going to be the saddest time. I need to be on the show if the day comes, and I'm sure it will. When that's last played, you need to keep it in a shrine for me, just to play and just keep me stable through the next few streams. Don't delete it. Keep it on there so I can just play it every so often to just.
I'll send it you so you can keep it yourself and jerk off to it if you want to.
No, I was just going to say, when he's left, I'll be crying to my ringtone. I'll never answer my phone.
Do you know what I miss? Before I had a YouTube channel and I used to love listening to you guys, there was like one show where like you kept on saying Brendan Rodgers and you had that Berlin every like 2 minutes, and then you plus to play the
broke that button, mate. We did one show, it was broke.
Brad wore that one out, mate. He really did. But no, that was you got to let it go. But no, Daka, what's your name, Luke?
Keith. I want, like I said to you on my channel, and I said before, I want to see someone do well. He's still rubbish. No, I'm just kidding. He's done well. Look, he can be frustrating. That's all I'll say. He can be frustrating. He's all pace, and I want to see that quality of the ball. And I want him to do well because he's wearing a Leicester jersey. So good luck to him. Hopefully he bangs in the back of the net tonight.
Yeah. Very quickly before we move on, we're 10 minutes away from kickoff. McAteer, Fatawu, not a problem. Well, are you surprised McAteer and not Mavadidi? Again, I'm not getting overexcited, Brad, because we've got, Sheffield Wednesday on Tuesday, and I think there'll be a lot of swappies.
Yeah, we've seen this before, and everybody remembers that before, Fatawu on the right got his chance. McAteer wasn't getting out that side for love nor money. He was about as predictable to get picked as Winks.
Just to interrupt there, Brad. Sorry, Luke has messaged. I thought Luke was saying he's got to shoot in a bit. He needs another crap. But mate, I don't want you to miss your renewing. Give us a quick score prediction. 4-0, is it?
Sorry, Brad. I didn't mean to interrupt you. 4-0, guys. I'll be back at halftime. I just want to sort this out in case I miss it.
Yeah, no. You go and do it, mate. See you at halftime.
See you at halftime.
Cheers.
Yeah, halftime, mate. I'm just going to add them to the list of people that are on my grudge list. Interrupted you. No, but look, what was the question? What was the question? What was it you asked me?
McAteer or starting?
Yeah. So look, I've said for a few weeks, if you wanted an area of concern to tackle during the summer, now I said it during the transfer window just gone, but it wasn't a necessity, but it would have been nice to have that depth. Was support for Mavadidi on the left, because when we talk about the Saturday Tuesdays coming around, he seems to be the one that doesn't really get a rest, and we know he's one of the favourites, And Enzo starting the lineup, he admires him and sees a lot of potential and talent in him, so he does really push him forward. But we have to remember, before Fatawu could even get a look in this side, who's one of the most favourite loanees I've had here since Lukeman, funny enough. Don't fall in love with a loanee. I'm learning from mistakes, trying to. But what I mean is McAteer was on fire, Chris, for that injury. So we never knew if we were even going to get Fatawu in this team, let alone it. And the fact that Fatawu is so diverse and McAteer can play both sides, it allows that rest period for Mavadidi. And you may even see McAteer play against play against Sheffield because he might want to save Mavadidi for Bournemouth for the cup game. We don't know. This is a
Well,
choice.
the cup game, in fairness, that's on the 27th, so that's going to be.
I thought it was
yeah,
earlier
that's
than
a
that.
few weeks away.
Okay, so he might play him Tuesday then. He might want to just go full throttle for it on Tuesday and give Mavadidi that run out. It's nice to know we've got a bit of a mix up for it.
It's a great position to be in, isn't it? You know, and
You'd
finally
rather have that headache
move
than
on
not.
to predictions. I mean, the subs bench: Stolchuk, Cody, Doyle, Chowdhury, Eunice, Mavadidi, Cannon, Vardy. Nice to see Alves on there. That is a team that could be your starting, most of your starting lineup in most teams. But Alves, been good to see him get some minutes today, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. I'm not sure if he will. I think Alves getting time because he's kind of getting the Nelson treatment now, isn't he? He's obviously back from that long-term injury he's had. He's getting integrated into the squad. He's training with the first team. He's getting used to the levels and intensity again. I don't know how much off the ball, away and at training he's been able to work on that intensity, but it is good to see. Maybe if we're in a comfortable position over this game and the next, assuming he's going to be named on the bench again on Tuesday, you'd love to see him get 10, 15 minutes run out and not have too much expectation on him. That's a long injury to be out for and mentally recover as well as physically. I don't care that he's young. I don't care how old you are. That is a very tough injury for him. And Braybrook, similarly, will be the same. You're imagining we'll see him on the bench at some point. It would be nice to be in a position of comfort in the game to get him on just to get some minutes under his belt. And that's the wrong score prediction. Although I can tell you, I've got a funny feeling Leicester's going to finish 5-0 if you ask me to predict the scores. You've got the Stoke.
I have indeed, and there's a very good reason for that.
You haven't got the Watford one uploaded, have you?
I haven't updated. I was updating it pre-match, and I was having to mess around, and I didn't.
Hey, at least this time I didn't leave you in the lurch when you left Natch on the screen. At least I let you know it was on there. But yeah, it's good to see him in there,
get your score predictions in, though, everybody, please. Luke went 4-0. I've gone 3-0. Brad, what do you have? I can't remember what you went for.
Let me do the teachers checking the homework in the answer box. I went 4, and I'm going to have to open this fully up because we're right near the bottom. I went 4. Where are we? No, that's a Sunderland one. Where the bloody hell? I went 3-0. You went 3-0. I went 3-0.
Oh God, there's not going to be 3-0 anybody.
Well, hey, don't write me up. Don't write that off yet. Copying me would have done you well this week. I've got 2 points out of 2 games possible. So, just saying.
You're just saying.
Although I would say, I would love to see that side. Maybe not go as crazy as Scott, but I would like to see us continue that goal scoring free throw momentum.
Yes.
But for this show, I'm going to mix it up a little bit, Chris. I'm going to say me.
I've written 3-0 down now. You can't change your mind. Mate.
I was going to say that's my prediction in the league, but my match day watch-along prediction.
I'll
stick by it. Stick by my gun. So oh dear.
What would you change? I'm not allowing you, but what would you change it to? Just as I'm messing about with me knobs there.
I would have actually going off that lineup. I'd have gone silly, and I'd have gone Leicester City 4, Watford 1.
Watford are in the preview were saying they were struggling and they didn't think they'd score. In fact, the guy that I did the preview with agreed exactly with my score exactly for Leicester.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Doug is the only person I know, and he's not even a Leicester or a Watford fan. I didn't see everybody's prediction granted in there. I'll just say that I've just seen Nate, so if he's going off the same one he put in the chat, he might have. But I haven't seen many people give goals for Watford, and that's almost, it's encouraging as it is. It's almost a bit nervous because with that becomes the expectation. If you start hearing, "Oh, Leicester are going to win. Leicester should win. Leicester win," and that's coming from their set of fans. You go to the game, you tune into the game, you watch it however you're watching it. If you're being lovely, wonderful, amazing people and watching it, hey, he fixed it. if you're watching it on this channel or showing this channel your love and support by liking and subscribing to the channel, however you choose to follow Leicester games, you might sit here and go, "Oh, this is crap. Why aren't we 3-0 up? They said to be easy. Well, it's 20 minutes in and we're not 2-0 up. It's it's half time 0-0. Boo! Don't let that fool you, because Watford are a really strange team, and I don't just mean by sacking managers every 6 months. I mean, this season alone, they have won and lost 5-0 against the most. They lost 5-0, I think it was, away at Bristol City, but then beat someone high up 5-0 who was higher than them in the league, I think, in the playoffs. I can't remember exactly who. I don't want to say a team just for the sake of it, but I know for a fact that they got absolutely battered by Bristol City. So I can understand the fear coming from.
I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes at Watford, according to the fans. Mainly the shock that they've still got a manager that's been there since last May.
I know, that's the biggest shock in the history.
Yeah, you and me have gone for 3-0. Say Luke 4, Stefan's gone 3-1. These are all to Leicester, of course. Jeff's gone 3-1. George K's gone 3-0. Gray's gone 3-1. A lot of 3-1s in there. Nate went 2-1. Scott went 6-0, as you can see. I'll have whatever you're drinking, Scott, but I hope you're right. Dean's gone 4-0. Dino and Chris Tidd has gone at 3-1 as well. I originally was going to go 3-1 till I spoke to the Watford fan, but there we go. Look, teams are about to come out, Brad, so I will let you go. Thank you very glad, sir, for coming on. Hopefully see you at half-time.
Yes, no doubt you will. I'm just going to stick the old lappy on charge, so I'll make sure not to let it drain and die on me.
Yeah, make sure she's charged up and ready to go.
Yes, that is. Before I go, Chris, in case anyone didn't know, Leicester City women, first team into the app for the next round of the Cup. They beat Birmingham at a 12:30 kickoff today, 6-2. Shameless plug. Just thought I'd let you know.
Did they? Wow.
Yes, they battered Birmingham.
Fun.
Yeah,
well, come on, the ladies! Come on, the ladies! I feel a cup victory, maybe. No, maybe not. But no, it's great for the confidence. Right,
last
mate,
time we got some quarterfinals, they beat Man U and Liverpool on the way to it. So who knows? They can do it. But yeah, I'll see you later.
See you at half time, buddy. Take care.
Take care.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
No, please don't. Let me just update everything. Oops. There we go. Yeah, Alves is on the bench. Yeah, they do indeed. They change them very often. Anthony's in. Been a while, Anthony. Welcome along. And the under-18, Scott says, won 6-2 against Spurs. So well done to them as well. Look, it is Watchalong. I don't need to tell you. I'm sure Gray and Scott will be posting reminders during the chat, during the show. Don't always expect me to reply to anybody, by the way. Oops, just making sure we're about to kick off. Just waiting. Watford are going to be kicking off. Any moment now. Don't know what we're waiting for. Referee's having a chat with Livermore. He sent somebody to the sideline. Oh, he's not got this. He's not got his socks taped up. Seriously? Right, I think we could be ready to go soon. He's still taping his socks up. And he's got his socks are taped up and he's good to go. And we're kicked off. Don't know what all that was about, but look, all I will say, I'm going to give one warning out. You don't get a second warning. You can see the time on the screen there that I'm at. If you mention anything, scores of any game, not just this one, but any games, saves confusion, you will get booted out of the chat. So no spoilers whatsoever. And Gray and Scott, who are in at the moment as mods, have my full permission to do that. So we're just 40 seconds into the game. We're at Vicarage Road here. And don't go mad if I don't respond to any chats. Gray, thank you very much to Gray and Scott who are in. They will answer any questions for you as I concentrate on the game. So Watford now in their yellow and black menagerie of a shirt, black shorts and yellow socks. They're kicking from right to left. Leicester City in their all blue strip, normally a home strip. Oh, and there's a player gone down already. Oh, the Hermanson there, Leicester City goalkeeper, stopped the game. The Watford striker, it looks like he's gone down. Nobody was near him at all. Looks like it could be hamstring. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. It was running towards the goal. Faz was with him. Faz then went off, didn't touch him at all. And he was jogging. And it was Hermanson who stopped the game. The Watford player, Mavajevic, I think it is, that's gone out to... So within the first minute, really, Watford are having to make a change. Wow, you gotta feel sorry for the guys here. Well, that was a strange start to the game. It has to be said. Yeah, he's pointing at his hamstring, his Bayo. And you know that's you got to feel for the guy. And well done to Manson for stopping the game. We're underway again. 3 minutes gone, but we've only played about 30 seconds of that, if truth be known. No goals anywhere at the moment. Really not a surprise. Remember the previous game on here when we played at the King Power was a couple of Jamie Vardy goals. So I'm interested to know what's going to happen with Watford because, I mean, they were always there. They had a long run in the Premier League. Then, of course, they got relegated and then they were up and down, up and down. It's not been up, well, for a couple of seasons. They finished 11th last season. Be interesting to see where they finish this season. They're sat in 11th at the moment. Just out of interest, West Bromwich Albion are now jumped up to 5th place with that win today. Oh, Fatawu. Oh, was unlucky. He tried to play Daka in there, but he hit the Watford player's boot as he tried to play the ball through. Otherwise, Daka was on and could have probably put Leicester City 1-0 up. So, played across here to Nelson. Just waiting for... Not sure where we are. I'm just updating my my match here. That's men's hockey. I don't want to watch men's hockey, do I? I'd rather not. There we go. So it's 0-0, 6 minutes gone. Hermansen just outside his box, plays it forward. Plays it over to Faz here on the right. He plays it forward. Oh. Pratt made a run there. It was chipped through. Oh, number 5 for Watford was holding the back of his leg a little bit there. So the ball over from Watford on the far side. Faz just, has he kept it? No, he's kept it in. Well, no, it had gone out. It had gone out. So throw into Watford on the far side. It was well intercepted, though, by the Leicester player. So Nelson on the ball. Faz now is over on the left. Oh, Dewsbury Hall 1-2 there. Goes back to Hermansen, well outside of his box. Over to Nelson here on the near touch line, who plays it back to Faz, to Hermansen. 117 people in. Please smash that likes. Greg, hi Greg, how you doing? No cider today. I'm not feeling 100%. 2 balls we have at the moment, which is obviously always nice to know. But Leicester had the throw in, and it's back with Nelson. Winks there, turning on the ball, plays it into Faz, who's in the centre on the halfway line. Gets it back from Dewsbury Hall. Oh, Faz there, tries to quick it forward, hits the Watford player. It goes back. I mean, he messed it up completely, but thankfully Manson was well out of his box and was able to intercept it. That's why you have a sweeper keeper. Georgius, hello, how are you? Where are you? Where are you? I don't know where Morecambe are playing. Max, the lineup we had up earlier. That's a free kick to Leicester, surely. No. Play on has been allowed. Pratt. Oh, that's a penalty. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. 9th minute penalty. It was a lovely through ball to Pratt. Pratt tries to turn and come on the inside. His foot gets caught. Hiya, Luke. How you doing? And it's a penalty already. Oh, so it's a penalty. Oh, at Morecambe. Dackett is going to take the penalty, and why not? Dacker's having another. Dacker says, that's mine. I'm having that. Daka. Yes! 1-0. 10 minutes gone. The score banner is there at the bottom, Fee. 1 goal, 1-0, penalty. Daka do as Daka does. That's all I'm saying.
Go! Back of the net.
There we go, 1-0. Yes. There we go. Oh, yeah, that smells. Daka, the goalkeeper went the right way. It was a penalty. Oh, Watford nearly again from kickoff. Daka nearly got his second there from the kickoff. Wow. Of course, we've got Ben Hamer in goal for Watford. Whoa, that was... Wow, so it's 1-0. Pats and Daka. Just for you, that one, Luke. Just for you, mate. You're going to be stuck with that now. Fee, thank you very, very much. I'm going to say, I thought it was there. What am I not seeing? But as in the score, which is there. You can't really see it there anyway. I'm glad you can see it. Yes. Daka fell in the Watford gap. Yeah. LCFC, hello. How the devil are you? Great start. It is indeed a nice fast start. That's what we want. Penalty taken, penalty went in. Wearing your foxes never quit shirt, Elizabeth. Well done. I think one or two of them might have done last season, but look, let's let that go. So Pratt, showing why he was included there going forward, and Daka immediately picked the ball up. Nobody else was going to take that penalty, but Daka. Oh, let me just see if I can make myself more central. There we go. Leicester now 1-0 up. Oh, it just gets better and better and better. And it was a penalty. And I have to say, fair play to the referee, because there's a foul in the centre of the park, and the referee was about to blow. Leicester had the ball. Daka got it. He actually then played. Oh, Daka again, but that one's high and wide. He then played on. Great decision by the referee, and it went out towards the edge of the pitch. Daka was played to Pratt. Daka came in and got pulled down, and it was a penalty. We are LCFC totally. If anybody's at Watford, by the way, enjoy the read of the Matchday magazine. Hopefully you will see me. I am being featured in the Watford Matchday magazine today. I'm page 7 fella. No, I'm not. So Watford have it now. I tell you what, Daka is... Oh, good defending there. Dennis Pratt, good interception now. Fatawu manages to keep hold of it. Sends it to Dewsbury Hall, who turns on the ball, plays it out to the far side. McAteer. Sorry, I'm not used to Mavadidi playing. McAteer inside, but it was a short ball. Played his teammate into trouble, but it's back with Faz. Faz in the centre circle. Oh, lovely through ball there. Comes out to Fatawu on this near side. Plays it into the box, but it's cleared by the defender. Bristol City are leading Middlesbrough 1-0. Leeds are leading Rotherham 1-0. Hardly surprising. Swansea are leading Hull 1-0. Blackburn are leading Stoke 1-0. Yeah, Matt Elliott's just saying there, and just as a pass to the what's the word I'm looking for? Boo Boys. If you don't want to come and watch Leicester now, when do you want to come and watch Leicester? Yeah, Watford are looking panicky. Watford then in the centre of the field, just inside their own half. We'll just play it into Leicester's half on the far side. I think Watford just need to calm themselves down. I think Watford looking a little bit shell-shocked at the moment, I'm going to say. Free kick there to Watford. Pratt penalised for shirt pulling. Yeah, it's very quiet in the Watford side. Don't know what's wrong with my link today, but just definitely keeps freezing. And I keep losing a minute. Andreas, hello, how you doing? Yeah, there's 146 people at the moment. How many likes are we on? So, Madsen Manson with the ball. They've been very quiet. Not hardly anything to do. The most excitement that Madsen Manson has seen in this match was having to stop the game in the first minute for the injury. $18 minutes gone. You've got to say Leicester. Oh, Kieran Dewsbury Hall ball broke for him, but he gave the ball away. I've got to say Leicester very much. Oh, Leicester player down. James Justin picks himself up. So Watford here and breaking on the left. Overlap. Can he get the ball across? Yes, he does. Oh. Wasn't able to meet the header, number 37, Matthias for Watford. With his dyed blonde hair. Winks. You certainly did. You certainly did, Andreas. Leicester are very much in control here. Oh, now Leicester, lovely through ball. Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Oh! He couldn't have got the cross in there, Kieran Dewsbury Hall. It was a good run. Excuse me, coughing throughout the whole show here. Still got the ends of... he had 3 players on him. It was the corner, I think. I don't know whether it's been given or not. I don't know it hasn't. But lovely through ball. Dewsbury Hall broke there, but I'm not sure whether that wasn't a corner, you know. Oh, that was a challenge and a half. Leicester players down. Daka. Daka's really gone down. At the moment, they've not got a lot of choice, Stefan. They're very much... Yes. Watford fans are booing and cheering the fact that the Watford player put the ball out so Daka can get the foul. I mean, come on, Watford. Oof. Well, I'm having a look here. I think he made... Oof. Don't know whether... I don't think it was particularly... I think it was a combination of him going in and Daka trying to jump and miss it. I think that's why when he got caught. You know, I'm surprised that the Watford fans are being as bad as they are after what we did in the first minute. Ant, hello, how are you? Neo, yeah, a lot of us are thinking that. Don't know about your chat, Gray. My watch, my actual matches. Scotland are leading France in the rugby. Anybody that's interested? Oh, Daka is walking slowly now. So it's a throw into Leicester. I'm sure they'll give it back. Just a quick update. Blackburn 2, Stoke 0. New manager in at Blackburn. Hull 0, Swansea 1. Leeds 1, Rotherham 0. Middlesbrough 0, Bristol City 2. And Watford 0, Leicester 1. And a long ball forward by Watford, but it goes out. No, perhaps there's no corners yet. I think it'll be your end, mate, if it's freezing. I don't appear to have any internet worries. It's not showing me any anyway on my screen. It shows it normally if there's a problem with the signal. Watford give the ball away. Daka now. He seems to have a go about. Plays it back to McAteer. Can Justin cross it? He can, but it's a high cross. Nobody's there, but running in on the far side. It's Fatawu. Number 18 chips it back into the box, but it's a poor ball. That was a good break again from Leicester. Daka from a penalty, Stefan. 24 minutes gone, halfway through the first half. And I've got to say, at the moment, there's only been one team in it. That said, Watford are breaking here. The curse of the commentator. Oh, good covering by Wout Faes. It came across there. What a brilliant defending there from Faz. He stopped again. 2 balls are on the pitch. That's a couple of times that's happened. Ball boys, come on, get it sorted. I mean, I'm just going to have a look at the stats here. Right, we have got 158, nearly 160 people in. Can we please smash those likes? Anybody tell me how many likes are up, please? 59% possession to Leicester, 3 shots to us, none to Watford. They haven't had a shot yet. Obviously, 1 on target for us. So I think that probably shows you exactly how the match is going. You got your first corner for the gentleman that was Phil. Welcome along from Sweden. Just 9 to go then for your bet. Now, a long shot attempted by Watford, but it hits a Leicester player. Oh no, Fatawu got it, but he immediately loses it. Watford coming forward now. If they score here, it'll be completely Yeah, this referee, he's getting it right. Basically, there's a block on Ricardo, and that block stopped him getting to defend the ball. So it was a free kick. Nelson takes it back to Hermansen. Hi, Rene. Right, we want 1 more for 50 likes. Come on, we need to get to 100 by the end of the show, but 50 by half time is the target. 165 in now. Let's get to 50 likes, please, guys. It does help the channel. It does. It means basically that if you don't subscribe to the channel, if there's enough likes on a video, then it helps the algorithms. And it means basically that non-subscribers, that it turns up on their home page, and then hopefully they will get to like it. So Watford now on the far side. So Watford now enjoying a little bit of possession, I've got to say, on this near side. Not really doing an awful lot with it. I hope it's not the commentator's curse. Oh, a lovely ball through there from number 12 for Watford. It's chipped over, headed clear though. Winks has got it. Dewsbury Hall looking for options. McAteer on the far side, inside to Winks. Oh, played him into a little bit of trouble, but gets it back, and now it's back with Faz. So Leicester just playing it. Squirrel, hello, sir, from Qatar. How the devil are you? Nelson just clears up the on-floor header in a started attack from Watford. Winks now running his great run. Oh, plays it out to McAteer on the far side. He's going to attack the box now. He brings it in. Does he get a corner? No. Stops it going out of play there. And went 2-1. Not many people went for a Watford goal, to be honest with you. Mainly the Watford fans, if I'm honest. It's a goal kick to Watford. 29 minutes gone on the clock, coming up to the half-hour mark. It's 1-0 to Leicester City, and pretty much at the moment we're just dominating the game. Just checking the stats here. I say 54% possession. All the shots have been ours. Watford yet to have a shot, either on target or off target. So Pratt's been heavily involved. He obviously earned the penalty. Is that now? Is it Squirrel? Qatar are actually in the final. Well done to Qatar. Wings got to be careful he's not pulling the shirt there. on the far side with Watford. Come in field. Oh, tries to play it through. Faz got the ball in the way, but it's come out to Watford. Oh, it's a free kick off Faz there. I'm not Rennie, no. So it's a free kick to Watford. Just on the literally on the byline on the far side, just in front of the penalty area, but it's going to get whipped in. Almost level with the penalty box, but like I say, literally on the far touchline. So set piece, first set piece for them apart from the corner, and it's headed clear. Oh, I think the referee had blown before that challenge, but Hermanson went up for it. But he was challenged. Hermanson lost it, but he was fouled, I think, looking at this. Ooh. Manson, a long ball forward, tried to pick out McAteer, but he doesn't. It just goes straight up to his opposite number. Sunday, hello, welcome along. Steve, hello to you. How the devil are you? I hope you enjoyed your semi-squirrel. So 162 people in. What are the? Have we hit the 50 likes, guys? Oh, Watford now coming away. A lot of space here on this left-hand side as they come forward. Ricardo closing down now, but he's going to get the cross in now. Good defending there. I think it was Pratt actually that was back. Excuse me, covering Ricardo. A lot of empty seats, has to be said. I can see a lot of red seats in the ground. Oh, shot way out, almost Winks area there from the number 4 for Watford, but no trouble for Hermanson, who just falls down to his left to take it under control. Thank you, Jeff, and thank you everybody for smashing those likes. Appreciate it. 100 is now the next target. Oh, Daka, that was a shove in the back, straight in front of the referee. This referee was never not going to give that, I should say. So quickly taken, Dewsbury Hall out to McAteer on the far side. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. He's got the space, but the number 24 closes him down. What's he going to do with it? I thought that was going to be a corner, but it's not. It was just not a very good cross. He held on to it too long, McAteer. I think he could have crossed it earlier. It's just acknowledging somebody. Kate, hello. How are you? It's been a while, Blue Kate. Nice to see you. Nice. I'm getting over man flu, but apart from that, I'm all right. Leicester are winning. What more could I ask for? Yeah, it'd be nice to see him come on, Rennie. Yeah, Matt Elliott saying that Watford are still in the game, Matt, because it's only 1-0. Performance-wise, nothing I've looked at here that's actually worried me. Nelson and very much fitting in for Vestergaard with his 1-2s. Now he runs forward. Oh, that's a bad ball, though, from Nelson. Don't know what he was doing there. Made a strong run forward, Vestergaard-esque. It was very bad, Kate. I didn't do my my radio show, breakfast show all morning, any morning this week. So, yeah, it was bad. But then again, when is man flu not bad? It's the worst thing known to man. Oh, still aching a little bit. Let me just do that. There we go. That's a little bit better. Oh, Dacker's on the floor, still manages to get his foot in. Ricardo, Fatawu now on the right hand side. Oh, Ricardo tries the back heel. I know. Then Winks. Oh, Winks tried to pull a guy's shirt back, but he doesn't. Dackers, what a challenge! What a challenge! Yeah, that's the second or third time he's pulled the shirt there, Harry Winks. Yeah, that was Matt saying there, the referee. They had the advantage. They had the advantage, and he gave Watford the advantage. Good defending though by Daka, but then he went back and booked Winks afterwards. Jeff. I think that's Minor holding a gun to your head saying that, isn't it? Just because you live in this exotic world where it's so warm you don't get colds. So, 37 minutes gone, 1-0 Leicester. He's playing all right, Rennie. Playing all right. So, Watford have the ball. Some nice interplay there. No, not a free kick. And KDH comes away with the ball, taking it into the Watford half. He's on the far side. He's going to play it to McAteer. Can he run into the box? He passes it back to KDH. He's looking for help. Didn't play it into the box, and it now comes back. Plays it over to Nelson on this near side. Hiya, Joe. Your man, he's doing all right. Nelson looks very assured for not saying a youngster these days, because I think if you're old, if you're good enough, you're old enough. But for his lack of sort of first team starts, he's looking very, very, very assured. So just looking at the table, we are 14 points clear of third as things stand at the moment. I think the commentator needs to do his homework. He said 15, but it's 14 points ahead of Southampton, who have dropped to third because Leeds are winning. Oh, I'm sure let's go. It's a free kick to Watford. To be honest with you, Dino, I'll take the first syllable of the first word because I did consume a few items of gin. Is it you're supposed to drown a flu and feed a? I don't know what it is. Oh, a bad pullback there by Leicester. Get a free kick as they're going to get away. Bad pullback from Watford. Winks played it out to KDH. KDH turned and tried to pull away. Yeah, definitely a hot toddy, Nate. Definitely a hot toddy. So Nelson Oh, it was a lovely ball into the box. Didn't quite get through as far as Daka. That was a beautiful ball into the box from Pratt. Beautiful ball into the box. The first Leicester strike, it was too far in advance of him. Couldn't get it through to the second striker. Sorry, player that was in the box. It was cut out by the Watford defender. But lovely play by Pratt. So Daka and Pratt are having good games. I've got to say both of them. Oh, Fatawu there again. Lovely ball through. If it had made it, one of those obvious statements, Michael Owenisms, isn't it? It was a lovely ball he tried to play through there, but it was cut out before it could get to Daka. Thank you, Gray. So Watford got the ball now in their own half. Going to play it into Leicester's half. No, they're not. They're going to play it back. Ricardo gets in, cuts it out, but it goes back to Watford. Going to play it. Well, I don't know who that was to, but he eventually ends up with the goalkeeper. Yeah, as Matt Elliott saying there, it's been a good first half, but not many shots. Cross there. Oh, McAteer couldn't get it through, so it's still with Watford on the edge of the box, twisting and turning. Good defending there by Leicester. So Watford now swap sides and now on the left-hand side, attacking the box. Cross into the box. Fouls a lovely header clear. And it's a second corner for the gentleman that... It was a good move by Watford, but it literally... it's a second corner. Good defending. We've got some good defending here. I know that could be the commentator's curse here. Anyway, poor ball doesn't get past the first man, but it comes back to a Watford player who chips it back in, headed clear again. But no Leicester players forward. So Watford just tidy it up inside Leicester's half. We're going to chip it back into the box. Oh. I think Fatawu wanted the advantage played there, but the offside flag had gone up. Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. I think that break could have done Leicester a lot of good. Finickety has just been used. You don't often hear that on a match day commentary. But that is I think the referee. I mean, I'm not blaming the referee for that. He's got most things spot on today. Good refereeing, and I think overall, hi Jim from Florida. How you doing? I think overall the refereeing standard in this division. I mean, that's the bad thing about going back up is that we're going to have VAR back. We don't want it back. Winks now, though, coming forward through the middle. It's not being closed down. A lovely ball out to Fatawu on this near side. Looking to jink his way into the box. Chips it up. But it's headed out by the Watford player. Free kick as Faz tries to push his way in. That was a good break there from Leicester. So we're into stoppage time, of which there is going to be 5 minutes. I was that excited I didn't see that the 45 minutes had gone. So 5 minutes to stoppage time. There's been there was the Dakar one and there was the Watford one within the first 30 odd seconds. So Ricardo headed back, fell on his arse. This honestly, yeah. I mean, there's a saying, isn't there? It's like watching Brazil. Well, I think Leicester side could give Brazil a run for the money. I'm not going to lie. So, Winks. Back to Winks. Yeah, I have not. I mean, like I say, you always risk saying these things, don't you? I've not been overly impressed with Watford, I have to say. Hermansen out to Winks. Now, they are still in the game. Obviously, they are still in the game. It's almost like the end of the game here. Leicester just kicking it about between goalie and defenders. We are 2.5 minutes into the 5. A long ball up. Unfortunately, it didn't quite come off. It was defended well enough by Watford, and it ends up back with Ben Hamer, obviously ex-Leicester keeper, now playing for Watford and doing all right according to the Watford fans. But I say Leicester haven't had that many shots, if I'm honest with you. It's been a good game, but not exciting. Does that make sense? Matt Elliott saying exactly the same. Enjoying the game, but it's not exactly, I'm not sat here with a stiffy over it. You know what I mean? Which is probably just as well. You couldn't see anyway because of the height of the camera. Faz on the ball. Plays it back to Hermansen, trying to be closed down by the Watford, but he plays it back to Faz. Minute and a half to go. Daka plays it back to Hermansen. It's almost like it's the end of the game and they're just playing the game out. Finally, a long ball through. Oh, good defending, to be fair, by Watford. Oh, Nelson's going to get a yellow card for that. I mean, that was a rugby tackle. That was a rugby tackle. But in fairness, I think he took one for the team. Shrewsbury Hall now. Can Leicester get a second one just before the end? Pratt on the far side plays it inside. Oh no, we've made a mess of it. It's blown for a free kick to Watford, but I think there's not going to be able to take it because there it is. It is half time. 1-0 to Leicester. Controlled the game, really. Let's be honest. It's a Watford 0, Leicester 1, and we will be back just when I've gone and watered the plants and done everything else. I'll see you in a bit. Don't touch that dial. And we are back from outer space. Go on and go now. Just take that look across your face. 1-0. Luke, welcome back. What a weird first half.
That was a weird first half, wasn't it? Very, look a bit too comfortable.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, Leicester, we're only in second gear again, aren't we?
We're definitely in second gear, and I hope that they don't get an equaliser, but I don't think they will. We still do look in control, but I would like to see us stick the knife in and twist it just maybe a little bit in third gear.
Yes.
That sounds really, yeah.
No, you're right. I mean, I thought it was Matt Elliott doing the commentary, but he's actually in the studio, so I'm not sure who's doing the commentary. But he's saying he's enjoying it as a match, but he didn't put it like this. I put it like this. I'm not exactly sat here with a stiffy over it.
No, but he's also got a bit of a vendetta on the referee as well. The referee's been stopping play a lot.
Yes, yeah.
But,
let's bring the beautiful Kate in. Oh no, she's not available, so I'll have this Kate instead.
Very good.
How are you doing? Have you been watching the game?
No, I haven't. That's why I've come on. I've just literally got home.
Right.
So I need to try and watch the second half. But I'm here. I've been listening on the radio just on the way back. It sounds like a bit of a atypical first half for Leicester in terms of a little bit flat, maybe.
It is. I mean, Luke, you're agreeing with me so far. Let's see if we can carry it on. I mean, it literally has just been a half where I've not at all felt threatened by Watford, but Leicester haven't really got me excited about scoring a second.
I've had a few nearly great one-on-one through ball chances, but it just been snuffed out every single time. Few rotations as well, to be fair. We haven't got Mavadidi on, who's played just about every second this year, or season, I should say. You've also got Pratt, who's still not as settled, no Vestergaard. So there is a few changes, and maybe it's a little disjointed in the team, but I can see us coming out strong in the start of the second half, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, what would have been your prediction, Kate?
Probably 2-0, I would have thought. I don't think we would concede, I'd like to think. But obviously Vestergaard not being there is a big change. That's pretty much where it all starts and ends, isn't it, with Vestergaard in terms of most build-ups. So, probably 2-0.
Yeah. Can I just say, Scott, as a mod, you should know better, mate. No putting any scores in the chat. I don't care what division. If it's the Australian 5th division, there's no scores in the chat to join the watch along. Watching that, Luke, I mean, it's almost like you say, it's that fine. If we'd managed to get the ball through, we could have been 3 or 4 up, but we're not. I just thought it was the kickoff. It's the penalty again. It just seems to sort of come off a Watford defender's heel or a knee or his arse. It just doesn't quite get through there, does it?
No, it's a tricky one. I can see it definitely Enzo getting it right though. The second half. It's.
Think Mavadidi on.
Mavadidi.
I think he'll come on, yeah.
I think if we put Mavadidi on, it would put Keenan Dewsbury Hall into the game a lot more because it's been a bit quiet. He doesn't have that link-up play of Mavadidi, so I think that would get him involved quite a lot more. McAteer hasn't had the best of first halves, in my opinion, on that left-hand side. And I thought Pratt's been pretty reliable, to be fair, and as well as Faye's taken that Vestergaard role. He hasn't really turned the ball over at all, so fair play to him.
Yeah, I think it is probably Tony Cottee Emporium. I think you're right. I mean, were you surprised? I think Fatawu hasn't particularly played. Hasn't played bad. I mean, nobody's played badly, but just nobody's kind of excelled. But look, Daka on the score sheet again, Kate.
Yes, I mean, we have quite an abundance of players that seem to take penalties, don't we? Daka's one of them. I've heard it was a really good penalty. Keeper went the right way, but Daka's effort was great. yeah, he's becoming Mr. Reliable in that sense as well, which I'm glad about, really, because Vardy's not amazing at penalties, and you do want your striker. You want to feel confident in your striker if he's going to be on the penalties. So if Daka's going to be the number one choice at the moment, then it's good that he can put it away. So I mean, as we've said, his opportunities have come, and on the whole, he hasn't wasted these golden opportunities that have come his way.
No. Pretty George, maybe at your end, not at my end, mate, and it's my end that counts. I mean, Luke, Mr. Daka, Mr. Reliable. I mean, I've Daka does it again.
Let's calm down a little bit.
No. Well,
it was a good penalty, mate. It was a good penalty, and he hasn't put a foot wrong.
No, he hasn't, and I know that is so hard.
That's a glowing review from Luke. That is a truly glowing review from Luke.
I was always his biggest fan. It's Brad and Chris, they hate him.
Yeah, right. Nelson, he got over 55% of the votes of those that expressed a preference in a recent Twitter poll I did to start. I can't believe, and I'm not saying he's young, because these days, what is young? Probably 15. But, let's say his lack of first team experience, you wouldn't know looking at that.
No, he was decent on the ball, but I will say, though, that challenge was stupid that he got yellow carded for.
Oh, fucking, yeah.
Yeah, he dragged him down and then slid into him.
I think he took one for the team, though, there, didn't he?
He did, but it was like it was almost like two bookings in one the way he did it. But yeah, I'm being harsh, to be fair.
Yeah, no, it's a fair point. And Winks has been the same, Kate. I mean, I think will somebody off the Watford team please swap shirts with Winks at full time? He wants one that much because he's pulling everybody's shirt, and eventually he was going to get booked for it.
Is he being a bit exposed then, do you think? That's why he's having to reach out and try and grab people from going past him?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, particularly. It's just what he's been doing today. But players are coming out. So, okay. Kate, Luke, you will be welcome back at full time.
Yep, just quickly, side note, Winks is on 7 yellow cards now, 3 more, and he's off for a bit of a while.
Well, maybe they give the guy a rest. Maybe that's his plan.
I'm out of control tonight. See you guys soon.
Take care. See you at full time. Thanks a lot for coming on, both. Right, here we go. Players out for the second half. 1-0. Can Leicester take advantage? Because we haven't done yet. And of course, at 1-0, Dak is there ready to take the no substitutes at the moment, and we are about to kick off for the second half. Leicester are going to be kicking from right to left and all in blue. And here we go. Whoops-a-daisy. There you go, Fee. You wanted a big clock. There we go. All about pressing the right knobs. So we're going to go through the half-time scores for you here. So it was Blackburn 3, Stoke 1, Cardiff 0, Preston 2, Hull 0, Swansea 1, Leeds 1, Rotherham 0, Middlesbrough 0, Bristol City 2, QPR 1, Norwich 1, Southampton 0, Huddersfield 2, Sunderland 0, Plymouth 1, and obviously Watford 0, Leicester 1. Earlier kickoff, it finished a draw, Ipswich 2, West Brom 2, and of course Sheffield Wednesday were 2-0 winners against Birmingham last night. So, yep, surprised at Southampton losing to Huddersfield, but thanks a lot, Huddersfield. So I don't think we've had any changes yet for Leicester at half-time. I've got the 2 players on yellow cards, Nelson and Winks. We're going to have to be little bit careful. So Watford in their yellow and black ensemble for the shirt, black shorts, yellow socks. Leicester in their all blue kit, playing in the home kit today. So there's no clash, obviously. Leicester kicking from right to left in this second half. Watford, therefore, kicking from left to... Leicester kicking right to left. Watford are kicking left to right. And they come forward now, Watford. This is always how I feel a little bit worried about Leicester at the start of the second half, because we always seem to be a little bit susceptible to letting early goals in. Oh, well done, Fatuo and Ricardo there, playing well. No, Nate, Kate couldn't get a ticket today. She's reporting from her home. Yeah, it is Tony Cottee, and he's not impressed with the atmosphere. He said then it's like a reserve game. I know Watford. Oh. Leicester, I mean, I prefer personally the all blue strip. We do seem to we used to obviously be blue shirt, white shorts, white and blue socks. I think it's always been blue socks with a white top, but I don't know. But at the moment, we're going for it's a corner, third corner, 7 down for the gentleman that was having a bet on corners earlier. Not that we recommend betting, and if you do have a bet, remember when the fun stops to stop. But we do play in an all-blue kit these days, which I must admit, like I say, I kind of prefer all blue with the white trimming, but that's just me. Down to obviously what you prefer individually. Short corner now from Watford. Oh, dreadful ball in there, as the commentator just said, and I have to agree with him. Short corner, and then he sort of chipped it into the box to absolutely nobody on the far side. 157 of you in. How many likes are we on at the moment, please, guys? I know, Gray. I'm the same. Oh, now Leicester play themselves into trouble. I was offside anyway, luckily enough. Terepong, has that pronounced that right? Thank you, Renee. 80 likes. We need 20 likes. We need to get up to 100. There's 162 of you watching. Please smash those likes button. Stacey, hello to you. How are you? Oh, Hermanson there. Does his once a match bad ball? He likes to get one in a match, doesn't he, really? Yeah, agree, Nate. Agree totally. Dewsbury Hall now. Looking for support. All I can hear is the Leicester players singing. Pratt, lovely ball out to Nelson on the wing there. Oh. Yeah, he got caught in the face, Nelson, but it wasn't a foul. No reason for the game to have stopped. He does like those runs forward, Ben Nelson, and he's good at them. You know, he's maybe got the speed that, like I say, we were saying before the game, he's got the speed that wasn't, that isn't in Vestergaard's locker. Stacey, you're at the stadium. Thoughts on the game so far? Well done on. Well, I've got to say, Stacey, if you are at the stadium, well done on getting a signal. Oh, Fataru, lovely. Took the ball there completely for the Watford player. Dewsbury Hall, Winks. McAdeer. Back to Winks. %52 possession to Leicester. Both of us have had 3 shots each, 1 on target for each of us, 4 corners. Sunderland and Plymouth are 1 apiece. Southampton have pulled it back. It's now Southampton 2, Huddersfield 2. So a good start to the second half for Southampton. Less than 10 minutes into the second half, and they've pulled it back to 2-2. Yeah, I mean, Tony Cottage just saying then about Enzo and the substitutions, and he's got to think of, he's got the game on Tuesday. That will affect his substitutions. I believe so, Nate. Yes. Yeah. Oh, lovely player from a dangerous ball. Now Leicester got the break on. Fatawu. Ricardo! What a lovely move by Leicester. In front of their own fans. That was a lovely ball. Lovely ball. Ricardo got the ball. He streamed forward. Nobody cut him down. Played it out to Fatawu on the right. Fatawu played the 1-2 with him. Played it back into the box. Ricardo was there to stick it into the net. 2-0. I mean, God, that was unbelievable. Unreal. Here we go. I'm just watching the replay before I do any of these things. Winks it was. Fatawu. Oh, it was a lovely. Oh, that is the best move of the match so far. And to be totally honest with you, unless Watford have got another gear, that's killed the game off.
Go! Back of the net.
2 bloody nil. Come on, Leicester. Come on. Justin comes away. What an amazing goal. Now, Justin, though, what he can do with the ball here, he's in the box, he's twisting and turning. Doesn't quite get it through. Fee, you're a lady. Thank you very, very, very much. And I think he could be helping take us there. and you and me, absolutely, commentator's curse. I know, Nate. I know, indeed. Get in there. I was about to say I'm going to go for a power nap. Might change my mind now. Yeah, well. Oh my God! Nearly an own goal from Faz there. He got a touch on it. Thankfully, it went wide. Let's have a look where we are at the moment. We are 12 points clear of second, and we are 13 points clear of third at the moment because Southampton have come back from 2-0 down to 2-2. Thank you, Ben. You and me both, mate. I think Brad and me are getting a little bit excited because, of course, we both went 3-0. Oh. Free kick just outside the box to Watford. He said it's a 9.9 dive. Let's have a look at it from this other angle. No, it doesn't really pick it up. But the referee was right there. 3 subs now for Watford. So the substitutions are being made. The substitute has been substituted by Watford. So it's Blackburn 3, Stoke 1, Cardiff 0, Preston 2, Hull 0, Swansea 1, Leeds 2 now, Rotherham 0, Middlesbrough 0, Bristol City 2, QPR 1, Norwich 2, Southampton 2, Huddersfield 2, Sunderland 2, Plymouth 1, Watford 0, of course, Leicester City 2. I'd like to see Alvis come on at some point. Be interesting to see how Enzo reacts to these 3 substitutes. And substitutes just when they're about to take a free kick. It's a good position, Watford. Oh, it's gone out for a corner, but the wall did its job there. Didn't even have to jump. It just hit the top of the wall and went out for a corner. More than did its defence. I still laugh when I see the sleeper behind the wall. Yeah, I'd like to see Alvis get a bit of a game. Oh, good header there by Faz out. Oh, McAtee didn't quite get onto the end of it. I mean, do you make changes? We are so in control of this game at the moment. Oh. Header goes wide from Watford there. We are so in control. Do we need to make changes? Yes, we do. Because as I say that, it's the curse of the commentators. We make a change. So Nelson's going off. So Nelson is off. And Doyle is on. So he's on the yellow card, not worth risking him. Doyle is on. I'm not sure what that's going to do to the back now because Nelson was very much playing on the right. So Justin will probably come over to the right now with Doyle going to the left and Faz. Oh. So goal for Watford. Oh, let's have a look at it. Oh, what was Winks doing? Oh, I'm really, I am lost for words. Absolutely lost for words. I mean, I think you got to say it's dodgy, probably from Winks. In fairness, but let's have a look. Let's wobble our heads a little bit. Is that Winks' first mistake of the season? Yeah, we did. Yeah, he very rarely gets it wrong, Winks. He did on that occasion. It looked like it was going to be all one way, to be honest with you. Yeah, there's no moaning at Harry Winks. He's it's Watford going for a long shot again from Hoot, he did it in the first game. He tried it there again, trying to get off 65 minutes now. The home crowd have woken up. Yeah, I'm not going to go. I can't go mad at Winks for that. I mean, look, it happens. It happens. It's annoying. I'm not going to jump on Winks for that. It's the way we play. Yeah, Winks probably what he was played in an awkward position, but Watford now are going to sort of feel that. Well, we're back in this game. I've just given the ball away there though to Ricardo, who got our second goal, of course. Plays it into Faz, who's in that central position now. Pratt now, lovely ball from Faz. 1-2 with Fatawu. Oh, Daka tries a 1-2 there with Pratt. Didn't quite come off. Yeah, Faz is in the centre. Justin's gone over to the right. Doyle's on the left, and that was sensible. Nelson's on the yellow card. We were 60. Half an hour to go. That change made sense. And yeah, I know, sometimes I get carried away in the heat of the game. Can Leicester get this away? Dewsbury not really convincingly going in there, but he was in the box. He did have to be careful. No, Watford now coming back strong. Pratt just took a foot out, got the ball. Fatawu, on that far side. He's got two players on him. And Watford have the ball and come away with it now. Yeah, Leicester need to get back to where we were pre-goal. Oh, a shot there from Kone, number 11 for Watford. I think that was going to trouble the space station more than Mads Manson. Oh, Tom Ince for Watford. They're going to make a fourth sub. No, a fifth. This will be their final sub, I think. Well, I didn't think he'd given the foul then, the referee. Fatawu was fouled from behind, but the referee's given it. Well, Tony Cott is saying, from a player's point of view, I suppose they want it to be given straight away. But when you look at it, you're thinking, well, maybe he just had to have a think about it. Huddersfield now have gone 3-2 up. Southampton had got it back to 2-2. It's now 3-2. Sunderland 3-1 up at Plymouth. Leeds are Leeds are now 3-0 up at Rotherham. Not a surprise at all there. Leicester now we've got to sort of try and put this one to bed. At the moment, we're making hard work of it. So Watford has certainly got the wind in the sails here. That's a free kick. Looks like we're going to get Jamie Vardy on. So Daka is off and Vardy is on. So it's Jamie Vardy's 450th appearance. Well done to Patson Daka. Jamie Vardy, 450th time he's put that blue shirt on. Will he round it off with the goal? Look, he got two against Stoke, and I've said this. I keep writing him off, and I keep looking and thinking, like, how long can you do this for? How long can you do this for? And then he goes and scores 2 goals against Stoke. Yes, he was asking for the second one was a penalty, but still. Oh, Hermerson there keeping us out. Nearly a second one. Absolutely no idea. But he got past Doyle. No, he did. Yes, he did. But Hermanson just stood his ground. So it's a corner. The gentleman who had a bet on 10 corners. Leicester still haven't had a corner. Flag was up there. I'm not sure whether it's offside or a foul. It looked like Manson was fouled. Yeah, it was an offside. A bit confused in there. All right, nothing silly now from Leicester. Oh, Vardy introduced me! Oh, go on, my son! Oh, he tries! Oh, he tried to play it across. I don't think he could have scored from there, Dewsbury Hall. But what a flick on from Vardy to Dewsbury Hall. It looked, there was a couple of players, but he couldn't get it past the Watford player who puts it out for a corner. Leicester's first corner of the game. Yeah, indeed, Rene, agree. Yeah, definitely has, Nate. Definitely has. I was surprised by how many people. I would give him an extension if we went up, but a lot of people wouldn't. So, Dewsbury Hall with our first corner. It's long, it's high. It's going to be all the way through to Winks. Left-footed, chips it back in, but it's straight to the goalkeeper's arms. Hamer's still sporting his beard. That McAteer here. Back to Dewsbury Hall. Doesn't control. He does control it eventually. Dewsbury Hall turns Justin in the centre. Out to Fatawu on the far side. Has been quite quiet today, Fatawu. Not his normal lively self. Maybe that's because we haven't had to be. But now is the time. If we're going to take it up a gear. Leicester cross it in, but it's headed out. Doyle, though. Oh. It's a free kick on the edge of the box. Oh, Dino, come on. 91 likes. Thanks very much, mate. And it's a booking. It's a booking. Thank you, Dino, for letting me know. 91 likes. Come on, 166 in. Surely we can get it to 100 likes. That was a lovely run. Yeah, it was outside the box, I've got to say. And then Port just has a shout at Doyle. Oh, I mean, what the hell? What the hell? He was doing his best acting there, Porteous. Right on the edge. Doyle is down, though, at the moment. If we go up, I see no reason why not. 10, 15 minute super sub at the end. Indeed, Gray, indeed. Yeah, the referee's got it right again. Tony Cotty saying exactly the same thing there. He was, although he's trimmed his beard as Hamer. It's not the big bushy beard, for those of you that like hot fuzz like I do. It's not his big bushy beard that he used to have. This is interesting. A lot in the wall, including 2 Leicester players. $15 minutes to go, just under 13 minutes to go. Justin and KDH are over it. Justin strikes it over the wall, but it's a soft one straight into the arms of Ben Hamer. Oh, Gray. No, you can't. No, Justin, I mean, it was a lovely free kick, and had the goalkeeper not been there, it was an open goal, it would have been in. But it was a soft one. The player, the Hamer, got to it, and then straight from the kickoff, he was back defending Justin. Nate, you can't argue, Nate. Can't argue with you, mate. Picking a man of the match is going to be difficult today. Huddersfield still beating Southampton 3-2. Leeds are still beating Rotherham 3-0. It's obviously still 2-1 here. Oh! I tell you what, I said on one of the shows that one of the reasons that we have got such a good defensive record is almost down to the oppositions being so awful in front of goal. And if we again, just showing there, when you're that close, you've got to be hitting the target. Thankfully for Leicester, Watford didn't. Doyle, a lovely ball. Referee managed to get out of the way. Dewsbury Hall, he's going to find Fatawu. Yes, he is on the far side. Lovely move again here from Leicester, breaking with speed. Then calming it down. Winks with Justin. Justin gets it back now, and it's out to Fatawu on the wing. Plays it downfield to Pratt, who was pointing for it. Crosses the ball in, but it's into the arms of Ben Hamer. Yeah, I think so, Gray. I've been very disappointed with a lot of the finishing by a lot of the Championship teams. Not all of them, but sometimes it's a lovely ball all the way across for Watford to the far side. Fatawu's just marking him, making sure he doesn't get past, but he plays it back now. Bit of space for Watford. 80 minutes on the clock, 20 minutes to go. It's 2-1. This game's not won by any stretch of the imagination. It's been a different Watford this half, but can't get it past Ricardo, and it's out for a throw-in. Taken quickly by Watford. We're about to make 2 subs here. So, we're talking about Pratt probably coming off because I can see Chowdhury warming up. I thought Pratt's had a decent game, to be honest with you, but again, possibly thinking with Tuesday in mind. A Brown out. Ricardo, Jeff. Double change here for Leicester on 81. So Pratt is off. Good game. I think he's had a very, very good game. But Chowdhury is on. And Fatawu is off. Mavadidi. So Mavadidi will go to the left, and McAteer will go over to the right. So goalkeeper and defender there for Watford, both going trying to cut out Jamie Vardy. I tell you what, I wish I could have had the Jamie Vardy speed when I was 15, let alone at his age now. I'll tell you. Eight minutes gone. Squeaky bum down. Squeaky bummed time. Yeah, it so was, Nate. It so was. What's a brownout, by the way, Jeff? Oh, electricity cut. Wow. Is that down to the weather? Offside now by Watford. We can't let it slip again. Southampton have got it back again. It's Southampton 3, Huddersfield 3. Wow. So 4 subs for Leicester. I shouldn't be worried, but it's Leicester and I am worried. Okay, Gray. So Watford keeping the ball in well, in fairness to them, but having to play it back. But they're still coming forward. Livermore's going to try a long shot. Oh my God! Oh. Matt's got his hand to it off a fast deflection. Keeps you on your toes. Oh! Hermanson there. 84th and 85th minute. I can't see. Well, let's have a look whether this was the post or whether it was Mads Hermanson. No. Mad saved again there. Wow. Jesus. So a long ball forward this time. Oh, all the way through. A couple of headers and it ends up back with Hamer in the Watford goal. McAteer, good defending there. Now he's over on the right-hand side. And that's good with McAteer. He can play either side. What likes are we on, anybody? 187 are watching. Yeah, Doyle's was on a while ago, Dino. Oh, defended by Watford, but put it out for throw into Leicester. Yeah, Doyle came on for Nelson. Leicester fans in full voice again. Off Vardy for throw-in. 101 likes. Thank you. Is it 99? Now it's 101. Long we're over the 100. Brilliant. Thank you very much, guys. Keep liking it. It's free of charge, and it is totally helps the channel. Dewsbury Hall plays a lovely one too. He needs some support though. He hasn't got it. Plays it off a Watford player. Now he goes into the box. No, he's not going to get a free kick for that. I think he wants one. He stays down, but he's not going to get a free kick. Referee. Oh. Watford took it very, very quickly and too quickly for the other players. Yeah, Watford were about to break when the referee blew for that free kick, which helped Leicester. Chowdhury, good defending there, Chowdhury. So 89 minutes on the clock now. Wow. Be interesting to see how much stop we had 5 minutes at the end of the first half, so there can't be an awful lot of stoppage time, I wouldn't have thought. Watford player can't controls it and runs it out, number 45. Rene, I'm having one of Luke's shits here. I tell you, you don't know I'm sat on a commode. Rooted upfield, 15 seconds. Back to Hamer. What? Where's the 7 minutes come from in this half? I don't know where those 7 minutes have come from. I mean, there's a lot of stoppages in the first half. The bed, yeah, I know. I mean, there was a lot of stoppages in the first half, so I understood the 5 minutes in the first half. What I don't understand is the 7 minutes in this half. Daka did take a while to walk off. Welcome to LTID TV, coming to you live from Chris's bathroom, where he's bringing you the game live from being sat on the toilet. He wants his £10 back off Gary Lineker, Nate. I am so nervous here. The Leicester free kick, yes. And player tried to claim a free kick from Leicester. They went down under Ricardo. Ricardo going like, no, you're not. No, he went upside down under Mavididi. Mavididi said, no, I didn't foul him. The ball didn't go out. It's right in front of the linesman. And as he goes down, the number 45 for Watford, he handballs it. Manson boots it up here and out. That was a Casper-esque free kick taken there from Mads. We've played now 3 minutes coming up. Now Vardy did very well. Gives it to KDH. Stay on side, Vardy. Mavididi out on this side. Gets the ball off KDH. Going into the box. Plays it back, though, to Ricardo. And he goes all the way back to the halfway line. Doyle to Faz. Justin. Out to McAteer on the far side. 3.5 minutes left. It's a free kick, a throw into Leicester. I am shitting myself. Come on. Oh, my God. Oh, Vardy there. Oh, head to head here. Harry Weeks comes in. Yeah, yellow card for both of them. And they probably both deserved it, to be honest with you. Don't go head to head. Go head to head. You're going to get booked. Ninety-four and 3/4 minutes gone. Oh, ball goes all the way through, but thankfully it's got too much pace on it. Goes all the way through to Manson. Throws it out over arm to Mavididi. Let's have a look at some full times coming in. QPR 2, Norwich 2, Sunderland 3, Plymouth 1. Leeds have beaten Rotherham 3-0. That's finished now. Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Steffi Mavididi. Don't do anything that's going to give the ball away. Oh, how was that a free kick? The shirt was pulled. The foul wasn't there. The referee said move the ball back. Preston have beaten Cardiff 2-0. Bristol City 2-1 over Middlesbrough. Full down. There are the full times. Faz. Dealt with well by Watford. No free kick, though, to Watford. Now Leicester break. Mavididi. Oh, sneaking past. Oh, he went for the shot, Mavididi. And why not? They've got to take the goal kick now. 96.5 minutes to go. 96.5 minutes to go. Leicester now. Ricardo nearly gives it away, but it ends up with Dewsbury Hall. There it is. Full time. Yes. Whoa. My heart does not want to take this. Watford 1, Leicester City 2. OMG.
Yes! 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 Oh! 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 Oh, God. Oh. I'll have what she's having.
Chris does it 3 hours a day.
Want to do it again?
5 days a week.
Oh, yes.
Just for you.
I love it.
On the Golden Breakfast Show.
This is Surrey Hills Radio.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
The TalkSport.
Hello, Matt Elliott here. Hi, Alan Smith here.
Hey guys, Ian Hume here.
Hi everybody, Jerry Taggart here.
Be sure to watch
Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV
for all the latest Leicester City news and information.
You can also subscribe on YouTube and various social media channels for the latest updates and news on Leicester City Football Club.
Come on, you foxes!
5-3 to Southampton. What a game they've got there. You can't see me, which is probably a bonus for you. I'm just about to get rid of that, and I'm just about to put that in. We're going to say hi to Luke and Kate. Full-time scores. Obviously, last night it was Sheffield Wednesday 2, Birmingham 0. This morning it was, lunchtime, Ipswich 2, West Brom 2, Blackburn 3, Stoke 1, Cardiff City 0, Preston North End 2, Hull City 0, Swansea 1, Leeds 3, Rotherham 0, surprise, surprise, Middlesbrough 1, Bristol City 2, QPR 2, Norwich 2, still playing, Southampton 5, Huddersfield 3, Huddersfield, Sunderland 3, Plymouth 1, Watford 1, Leicester 2. I'm going to come to you first, Kate. I need a defibrillator here.
That little sign over you is that like, subscribe, or share, Chris. I quite like that. Can we do that option? Can we do that option every week that you had?
Sorry. Oh, like.
I think that hovered over you.
Excuse me.
Yeah, we made hard work of that, didn't we? I mean, why to make it more entertaining and really test ourselves? Let's just give them a goal.
Yeah.
Let's just hand it to them. Make it a bit more interesting. Bloody hell! What a nightmare.
Kate, Gray, sorry, you are a gentleman, sir. Thank you so very, very much. Really do appreciate that. That's my takeaway tonight. Thank you. That's all. I didn't know whether I was going to have one or not, but I will do now. Let's have a look here. Phil, nice one, Chris. Got to go. See you on the next match. Yeah, Phil, take care. Enjoy Sweden. We are top of the league. Luke, why is Watford's logo a moose, but they're called the Hornets? Yeah.
I've just Googled that.
Thank you.
Answer. A moose, a male moose is called a hart, H-A-R-T. And in the old, what do you call it? Like shield of Watford, the coat of arms, that's it, the coat of arms, it's because it's based in Hertfordshire. It's not spelt the same as it is now, but that's the foundation for it.
Wow, thank you.
I found really clever. And you
You're
two
my
don't
MVP.
look
I'm actually impressed.
Anyway.
For the dropping knowledge, Kate.
Well, sorry. Are we over on this sort of history channel here? Look, let's get straight to it, Luke. Let's get the elephant in the room out the way. What the fuck was Winks doing? And I'm not going to have a go at Winks here because, look, I might have done if we'd lost, but we didn't. We managed to hold on. But in fair play, look, he's been a great player for us all season. It was a bit of he was played into trouble, but we know that happens all the time. Mads has to have his one or two every game, and he'd done one early where he'd cooked it straight to a Watford player. But yeah, I mean, that Watford player, Luke's never going to get an easier goal, is he?
You know what? I think that we are so well drilled that it was almost to a detriment. It was almost like a body reflex, like just him being so used to even Mads being there or Vestergaard that he just played without even thinking. It was almost just like, do you know what I mean? It was just, if it wasn't that, then I don't know what to say. I don't even want to talk about it. It was that bad.
It sounds like you got a bad cold there, mate. Is your throat all right?
No, it's just laid here, mate.
Kate, your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's just one of those lapse of concentration, one of those, you make moments in the match like that at other times and you're not punished for it, but it was just one of those where there wasn't a worse place for it to happen. And it did mean it was a heart racing end to the game and not in a good way. And we seem to invite the pressure on even more after that. I'd like to see us deal with that a bit better, really. I don't know why we kind of go into ourselves and go into our shell rather than just continue playing as we were before the mistake. I think that just needs some work. How we recover from making errors like that mentally, because the next sort of 5 to 10 minutes looked an uphill battle, didn't it? So,
I mean, Luke, second half was certainly more interesting than the first. Watford actually, obviously the goal made all the difference. It woke the fans up as well because they were dozing. But it was a tale of two halves, wasn't it?
It was a weird two halves. I feel like we made that harder than it needed to be, but credit to Watford. They came to play and they were always in it. They never gave up, so fair play to them.
Yeah. Don't know, Brad there picking the fluff out of his belly button.
I was just writing in the full-time classified results. Just filling that in for
That's finished. Southampton 5, Huddersfield 3. Wow.
Well, at least we weren't the only team to make a pig's ear of things nearly today, I guess.
I've asked Luke and I've asked Kate. Give me your thoughts on Harry Winks.
Oh, dear, bless him. Look, it's weird, isn't it? Because we've been saying since the start, really, that passing out back, it's going to cost us a goal. Not quite sure I envisioned it ever being because Harry Winks, bless him, put on his elephant boots. Because that he might, for what it was worth, Harry Winks scored an own goal there. I know they put it in the empty net. I was a little bit gutted in the keepers union because Madsen was that close to saving Winks' skin, to be fair to him. He did try his best.
Yeah.
But look, it happened. At the end of the day, we did the job that was needed. It gave Watford an unnecessary lifeline in a game that I feel they were dead and buried up until that point. It's just one of them from Harry Winks. You knew it was going to cost us eventually, playing out the back.
It did make it, did it not, Kate, more of an exciting game, though?
I found it more palpitating. That I don't like that. I don't. It made it tense. It made it for the new.
I'm with you, Kate. Last 2 games, I've not had to wear my carpet out.
For like the neutrals, maybe it certainly woke everybody up. But yeah, it's just one of those things. But like I just said, the recovery is what was the problem for me. We just seemed to invite pressure after that. There's some self-doubt that it's just old habits die hard, I think, a bit from last year. And we've not quite shook that off yet. We go into ourselves. We lack confidence. We go really defensive. We invite pressure rather than being able to just regroup and move on again. That's the problem with it.
I mean, what a second goal, though, Luke. Beautiful, beautiful team goal.
Mate, I went to go to the toilet and came back to the score.
Who knew? You go to
toilet trips.
Never.
Yeah.
Okay, I went downstairs and I came sprinting back up, and then I was watching some of the lads and I was sweating. I was like, "What happened? What happened? What happened?" And I've seen the goal, I've seen the finish, I've put up the replay, but I didn't see the whole team play, so I'm not the man to ask.
Honestly, I come to you for your moment, and you're having a bloody shit again.
No.
I tell you what, you're going to start using that as a shit sense, aren't you, for a goal? Every time Lou needs to go, a goal's coming.
Wasn't that a film with Bruce Willis in?
Well, depends on your opinion of the movie, I guess.
Excuse me, those that know. Brad, were you having a shit, or did you see the goal?
No, I decided to do the opposite to Luke, and I decided just stay and watch the game. You know, I have Look, and that was a team goal that's been threatened a few times, you know, in between the murmurs of apparently Enzo ball being only one way. Well, I've been saying for a few weeks now, and the goal came from being a bit more direct. Yeah, he deceived it by passing it out, but that goal started with Hermadsen having the ball at the edge of his own box, and the commentators on LCFC got it right. Within 10 seconds, it was in Watford net. That's what, you know, that was a beautiful goal. One, you know, we've had a few beautiful goals you've watched this season. If you're just watching them back on the highlights, and you know, like a 37 pass goal's coming normally, we just showed there we do have a second tempo to our style to get in behind teams. It was a great goal. It was a wonderful goal to watch go in the back of net. I mean, if you were sat in the toilet taking a dump at that time, I'd be gutted for you, having to wait till the highlights to see it. But, yeah, it was a great goal.
I kind of just say so. I don't know. I know you're Australian there, and that, you know, you have your own Australian rules football, and I have no idea how that works. But with soccer, mate, and we'll call it soccer for you, but we do have something called a half time. Now, normally within that half time, it's designed for toilet break. But
listen, mate, I had Thai last night, and after Wink's goal, I thought I was going to have to go for around 5. I was going to have to get a bidet for another. I've had to do another wipe. It would have been like proper sandpaper between my cheeks.
Oh, too much information.
Yeah, that was great.
I mean, when I come to Australia, Luke, we are going to have to go round via the toilets, but that's because I'm 63 and got a very dodgy prostate. You're young, but you just like to have a shit.
His wife must have a strong stomach, doesn't she? She must have a strong stomach to listen to that.
Kate, you know, Ricardo, I thought he'd run it too far, but it was a great run, lovely 1-2. And the thing was with Fato, he just played it back into the box and said, "Somebody get on the end of it."
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have the stream on at the time. I listened to it on the radio. And
not you as well.
I'm the only one that did my job, Chris. I'm the only one that did my job. I was
listening on the radio, and they talked it through a few times, and it sounded epic. And that's what we know and we miss about Ricardo. This new role really suits him, but at the same time, I miss him bombing on. I miss him breaking through into the box, because we know he can shoot, we know he can score, and we know he's an attacking-minded player. I'd love to see us bring that more out of him, and hopefully that will do it a bit, really.
Right, anyway, Brad, seeing as you're the one that watched the whole match here, no, joking apart, let's take through, because the first half was pretty much, like I say, 0-0. I'm always worried at the start of the second half because we do seem vulnerable there. But Luke, Mads made some very good saves in that corner. In that game.
He did, mate, and like Brad said, he nearly saved the own goal basically from Winks. He had a really good game. He had one dodgy pass out the back, but other than that, I thought he had a sound game.
And I mean, we shouldn't have needed that, Kate. I'll come to Brad because I know you've watched it all. But we were in that first half. We were in second gear. I mean, it was. I could have. Somebody said in the chat they could have gone off for 60 winks and not missed anything. It was. I don't know. I just literally like. It was almost. I mean, I think Tony Cottee said it. It was like, and the atmosphere as well. A practice game, a reserve game.
It really did have that feel to it. You're being generous, Chris. You're saying they didn't have to get out of second gear. I think the handbrake was still up. It was that easy for them. I never felt threatened because Watford were attacking the game. And probably, Chris, you could argue if you watched the game in its entirety back, or in Kate's ears, listened to it, you probably felt until that horrendous moment happened, it was that's how that game was going to play out for the full 90 minutes. There was only one way that game was going, and it was Leicester playing keep away and eventually going to break him down and get a second, maybe a third. And that first half was relaxing. I've never said that with Leicester in first half performances that often, but it was relaxing to watch.
Yeah, and Kate, I mean, we did make it hard on ourselves, but in that first half and part of until that goal went in, I thought Hermansen was pretty much a spectator.
Yeah, it sounds like he was very much a spectator. I mean, we spoke at half time about it was a bit atypical of Leicester in terms it was a bit flat. We dominate the opposition. They're sitting back, sussing us out a bit really before they decide to give it a go second half. So, but he had his work cut out second half, didn't he? He couldn't have gone to sleep in the second half. We needed it. And that's also, fair play to him, because I can imagine it's hard being a keeper when there are periods of play where you are just not involved, not needed. You could go cold. And then there's some real key moments that kept us in it. So, he did well today. Yeah.
I'm just looking at the bottom of the table here. It's getting very, very tight. QPR on 29, Huddersfield on 31. They would have been disappointed with the result today. Stoke on 32. So, and Birmingham on 32, Millwall 33. So, I don't think it's necessary. I think Rotherham are dead and buried. I think we all, we would all agree with that. But Wednesday, they're only 3 points off QPR. It's getting exciting. I'll bring the table up.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Your second team. Vardy, Luke. Look, I was surprised by when I put that poll and I put the post up on Twitter and X as to how many people wouldn't give him an extension or put him on a pay-as-you-play. I'm just like, really? All right, so he didn't get a goal today, but 450 times he's pulled that blue shirt on for Leicester. We've got to have a statue for him, haven't we?
Yeah, 100%. I would be all in favour of giving him another year and having him as an impact sub if that's something he's willing to do.
And I think he's pretty much a lot of what he's done in a lot of games this season. Kate, what are your thoughts on that?
Obviously, he deserves his own statue, but yeah, I'm absolutely in favour of giving Vardy at least another year. I think he's earned the right to decide when he wants to retire, and if we still need him and can use him and he's good enough, then why not? He was a long time waiting to get his chance, so he's not going to give it up easily. If he feels he can still contribute, you're a long time retired, you're a long time out of the game.
Yeah,
if we go up next year, he's one of the Premier League's all-time best players. I think everybody would agree on that, Leicester or non-Leicester fans. I think he'd love to break into that top 10 goal scorers if he can.
Yeah, indeed. And look, as a player, Brad, and I think you're probably the nearest thing we've got to a player on here. If you said we want to give you a year's extension and see how it goes, but you are going to be, mainly an impact sub, or a team in a lower division comes to you and says, look, you can probably play all the most of the games when you fit, you're going to want to stay in the Premier League unless it's Sheffield Wednesday. So we'll take Sheffield Wednesday out because obviously that might be a bit of a pull for him. You're going to, for me, I'd sort of say, well, let me be a sub in the Premier League.
Yeah, and again, Kate's kind of said, hitting the nail on the head. This all really depends on Jamie Vardy, what he wants to play, but it's up to him what he wants to dictate for his own future. What's he going to be happy with? He's long going to be a hero in Leicester's history. Whether it's a statue, they'll probably name one of the post lounges, as I called them when I worked there. The post lounges. They'll probably change the name of one of them to him, or something. He'll get some commemorative memorabilia when he leaves. And
well, I mean, other days. I mean, we've got a World Cup winner that played for us when he was at the World Cup, and it's up to another team to give him a statue. And we don't,
we had. I don't know if we still do, but we had a lounge named after him. Gordon Bank. We had the Banks Lounge.
Well, no, but come on.
I know. We should have probably gone a bit more, but then you're probably going to have about 50 statues around the ground, if not more, with people putting out names. So that's probably why statues are very limited. Some say tacky. It's up to them.
Yeah.
But for me, there's no harm in offering Jamie Vardy an extension because it already solves one headache. Where's my, in case of emergency, break glass striker? Because we're expected to lose Iniacho, sadly, because of his contract. You've got Cannon and Daka, then who we don't know if Daka's still going to want to be here, even though he's scoring form. So you want a third choice, and that's what he'd be in the Premier League. I'm sorry to say, but he would. Let's face it, we can't just suddenly change our minds now because we're feeling sentimental. He would be third choice in the Premier League. He's second choice now. He'd be third choice in the Premier League.
Let's not write Nacho off too soon. I love the fact that
all I'm doing is I'm getting ahead of the game, Chris. I'm going through the stages of grief now, so I don't have to deal with it when the inevitable happens. Right now, I'm at acceptance. At the end of the season, I'll be in denial, and then I'll have a breakdown. Hopefully, not live on camera, and then I'll be done.
I love the fact that you're on a bit of a delay, and while that was playing, I could still see you talking away in the background.
Just so easy to talk when you mention his name.
Luke, I want to talk Dennis Pratt with you. He was taken off. I don't think he did anything wrong. He earned the penalty, let's be honest with you. I thought he had a very good game. I think he's a Premier League standard. If he can show us that this is how he's playing, and all right, it's not his fault that he gets injured. Let's be honest with you. No player wants to go out and get injured. But I mean, I've really been impressed with Dennis Pratt over the last few games.
I have as well. I think he's gotten better every game and more comfortable. I think you see him a lot side drop a bit deeper alongside Winks a lot, and he's very, very reliable on the ball. And again, going back to what I was saying earlier about us not getting Stefano Sensi, there's absolutely nothing wrong with having Pratt basically in that role, in my opinion. And he's very, very reliable on the ball. And he hasn't just always been a sick note. He's also just not been trusted by Rodgers and kind of frozen out a little bit. So it'd be nice to see him get a little redemption arc similar to what Vestergaard's had, if required. And also to finish off that, if we don't see Akin in the next game, I think it's fair to say that he's not in Enzo's plans, mate.
Agree with that, Kate?
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, it's a shame, really, because I really like Eunice and I want to see what he's more about. But Pratt is expensive. We need to get our use out of him whilst we still can. He's a really good player if he can just keep fit. Who knows? It's hard, isn't it? I would like to see Eunice more, because if we get more out of Eunice, the likelihood of him signing in the summer, if we want him to, is more of that than Pratt. So it's an interesting.
Would you extend Pratt's deal if we go up?
Probably not. No. Because I think he'll be expensive, and I think he's had his chances with many managers, and it's not worked out for him.
And we know there's going to be that with Enzo, if it's not Sensi that we go back in for, we know he's going to want to bring players in that movement in that area. Propsy, I'm so sorry. He had a He had a bet on 10 corners in the game, and there was 9. So I'm so sorry, mate. So sorry. Thank you very much for the love hearts there. And Gray's he's in a singing mood today, but he says no to Pratt. He might. I mean, we could even name a stand after Vardy. I think that would be very, very apt. Kate, disappointed not to see Alves.
Yeah, I kind of felt that was a bit of a token gesture, to be honest. As I heard before the match that he might be on the bench today, and I didn't expect him to play. I feel like he's just one of those token gestures that he's ready, he's available, but he'll be on when I say he can come on. I think he might just have a bit of a waiting game, I think.
And I get that, Brad. Would it have been different had we not conceded that goal? Because I think Chowdhury came on to do what Chowdhury does best, which is put himself about and, command that, the defensive midfield role. Had we not conceded that goal, do you think it's more likely we could have seen Elvis? Not Elvis, sorry.
I mean, Elvis isn't dead. He's just hiding. But Alves, yeah, there's all the chance. I mean, I agree with Kate to an extent. I think he's kind of going through that initiation, if you will, like Nelson did, because Nelson spent a few games on the bench and bit parts here. We discussed that in the pre-show, pre-part of this watch-along, should I say. And I think had we not given away that goal, I reckon we may have scored a second, another one to make it 3-0. And then he comes on and it's more ideal. He's got no pressure. He gets a chance to impress without fear of repercussions, I guess, because obviously you'd imagine Leicester see it out a lot more comfortably at 2 or 3-0. But it wasn't to be. But there's a midweek game coming on. I think you maybe see him get some time in that game. And again, that might be scoreline dependent, because I wouldn't want to chuck him on if we're like 1-0 up against Sheffield Wednesday with eight or so minutes to go.
We basically need to play Stoke every week so we can try our new players out.
Rent them out for a week, give them 90 minutes.
Right, there is the table, everybody. Runaway leaders, the BBC. And don't forget, any fans of the BBC, if you're not doing anything on Tuesday afternoons after 1 o'clock, exactly, you get your slashes out. I'm going to do that again, and we'll all do it, and I can screenshot it. Oh, doing it different angles. BBC every Tuesday on their website, bbc.com/LC.
Let's go on, come on there.
It's got a blue Peter feel about it, this has, when you do that. Everyone joins in, live and kicking.
And that's a slash, by the way, Luke, not a shit. /LCFC.com, and you'll see fans' voice. But look, there we go. Look, top of the league, and as long as the BBC don't move my chart, which hopefully they're not going to, 75 points. We are 12 points off third, 11 points off second. I don't know how many wins that means we need, but it's getting closer. The sooner we do it, the better.
But hang on.
We just need 12 wins. We need to win 12 games. Basically, we're three games clear of points. So there's basically 12 games to go for us.
Right. Sorry, I was trying to put my sock on, so I didn't really take
that. A euphemism.
He's just tucking it in.
Can we talk about the goal difference? 42. Can everyone just
what I do with my socks?
Is that what it is? 42.
Take the knee, everybody. Like, come on.
42. I know.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
It is absolutely.
And that's a point in itself if it ever came down to it. I can't see it. I'd still stand by what I've been saying for weeks. I think we've already got ourselves in there. We just keep finding a way. But there is an extra point if it's needed for first place, maybe if Southampton keep
66 goals we have scored this season.
Absolute joke.
Also, even if everything stops now, we'd have finished fourth last year with that points total.
Yeah.
There's 15 games to go.
How come Southampton, Ipswich, West Brom, Hull have all played a game less than us?
Because we had that random midweek and they didn't play.
Okay. Thought I was going mad then.
And the cup.
So yeah, we scored 66. Southampton have scored 60, so they're sort of on our tails. Then it's like 55 for Leeds and Ipswich, but we've only conceded 24. And I said this in the game, Luke. Am I being unfair here? Because I said, and having watched Watford today, I had no reason to sort of change my mind. Is the fact that our defence isn't absolutely brilliant, but we are playing 23 other teams whose, on the whole, strikers are absolutely awful and don't know where the goal is. And I saw that a couple of times that, you know, they were through and they were shooting it into row ZZ. You know, the striking has been awful in this league, hasn't it?
It has. Daka's pretty responsible for a lot of that as well.
Anyway, we didn't need an Aussie in here.
You keep going faint, by the way. I can't hear you, Kate.
What happened, sorry?
I can't hear you. I'm struggling to hear you.
Yeah, your volume's a bit low.
Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
I'm testing, Roger.
No, you're still low. But no, Luke, it is pretty shit, isn't it? Some of the finishing in this division.
It is. All jokes aside, it is sometimes. But like again, let's just remind ourselves we can only play in the division we're in. That's all we can do. There's no point worrying about next season. Let's cross that bridge when we get to it after another summer transfer window.
But would you agree, Brad? I mean, I'm not going to say that we've got the best defence in the world, and it will be strengthened, obviously, if we go up. All departments will be strengthened. But, when we're saying, like, oh, yeah, we've only conceded this number of goals, it's because they are so bad, the other team's in front of goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's commonly known that you get more reprieves for your mistakes in the Championship than you ever will in the Premiership. You also know that the same is true the other end. Leicester aren't going to get 15, 16 chances in front of goal next season to take the lead against sides. They're going to get 7 or 8, and I'm talking half decent chances. Anywhere from 20 odd yards out is a decent chance for me. You should be hitting the target. So it's going to work both ways. But Leicester, like Luke said, when the ability of the opposition steps up, we have seen that this team can step up to that manner. They can meet the mantra. I know they got beat early in the season 3-1 by Liverpool, but for 70 minutes we were doing everything right to keep Anfield quiet and keep Liverpool, at bay. We've got to look into how it's going to go. And again, you've already mentioned it, so it's Luke. We don't know how we're going to strengthen them positions because he knows it's a weakness and he knows next season you go up like this, it's going to be a difficult ride. But that's next season's problem, and B, I don't know why you'd expect anything different for us to not have a tough season next season, because this is why you need to enjoy this sort of football, winning these games, because you're rushing to a future you don't know how tough it could be.
No, Kate, I was asked this on Talk Sport on the preview match, and then I asked it on the preview show, and I was the only one that actually went a particular way. Do you want, or not do you want, I'm trying to think how he worded it now. Will you be bothered if we don't get the record number of points?
Yeah, I will. I will be bothered. Sorry, can you hear me? Is that better?
You seem to start low and then you go a little bit louder. Yeah.
Yeah, I will be bothered actually, because we're on target for it, and I think I just want it.
Thank you so very, very much, because that was my response. And I wasn't expecting the question on TalkSport. They said we're going to come to score predictions. I was thinking the score predictions, and then he threw that one at me first. I'm like, oh, yeah, of course I do, But everybody else was sort of said, no. I mean, yes, obviously promotion is important. Winning the championship is second important. I want that record. 120 points is on, and I know we're not going to get 120, but if we carry on this way, there's no reason. Not only do we get Kate the record for the most points in the Championship, but it could be the most points that's ever been won by any team in any English league.
Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal, isn't it? So it's just another record for our books, another reason for loads of people to hate on Leicester, and I love it. Bring it on. We've set ourselves out really well to do it. I want to break, is it Reading's record?
Yeah.
Still stands, has been stood for a number of years. I think it would be quite indicative of showing what happens when a really good team like Leicester gets relegated unnecessarily due to poor management. We're a great club, we've got a great team, and now a great manager. So it would just be a nice way to leave the Championship behind forever.
And Luke, yeah. If we win it, and I've said this many times, we have won the second tier more times than any other team, which obviously also means that we've been relegated more than any other team. But we hold that record with Manchester City now, unless they get docked a few divisions for fiddling the figures. Allegedly, they're not going to be down in this division again in the near future. So it would be nice to to hold that record on our own, wouldn't it?
It would, mate. That's a good conversation as well, City, for another time. I've been reading a lot about that lately. But yeah, look, if we don't get that score record, I think we just sack Enzo and just bring Jesse Marsh in.
No.
You go for it, Brad. I'm leaving this one to you, mate.
We don't have any slanderous talks about that.
That wasn't me.
It wasn't. I'll take full responsibility. Luke, you're sitting in a naughty corner. Think about what you've just said, Luke. That's very upsetting, and I will not tolerate such slanderous talks. Right.
Not on top of the Daka stuff as well.
Got the first blue card. I love it. On the doorstep.
Yeah. Talking of, if we are talking about blue cards, by the way, and Kate, who is going to be on BBC Radio Leicester herself soon, so she'll be getting her own slashes, it has to be said. And long may she enjoy them in a few weeks. But on Monday night, the blue cards is one of the topics we will be discussing. Let's. I'll tell you what. I'll come to you, Brad, because that will give me a chance to get the
man of the match.
He wasn't able to get. If anybody knows anybody that went to the game that can get me a program, because I've been in the Watford program today, and the guy that was going to get it for me wasn't able to get it. So if anybody knows anybody that's got a spare Watford program, please, because like I say, I am being featured in there. So I'm page 7 fella. That's me. Brad.
Page 3.
Sorry.
Not page 3.
No, that's the women. The women were page 3. The men were page. The men were page 7, and depending what mood it was page 6 and 5 as well.
Yeah, it was an article he was asked to write, Kate, not a Sun post.
I was interviewed as the opposing team.
Wearing his bikini outfit.
Yeah. Right, Brad. Sheffield Wednesday up next. This is going to be 9 out of 9, hasn't it? I know you're a big Sheffield Wednesday fan. They've just come back off the back of a win. That have had a day's extra rest than us. Shouldn't be a problem, though, should it?
No, it can't be a problem for Leicester. This is where we've got to be ruthless, because that is the only way we won't break the record points. If we get lazy, if we switch off a little bit, if we start seeing the end of the finish line before the race is finished run. I can say it now. We've been very cautious. We've been very, chill it down when people were saying it after game week 10, game week 14, game week 22. We're now into that final third. We have a phenomenal lead. We're on great form. We are finding ways to win, whether fans like the way we're doing it or not. That's on them. That's a them problem, not a Leicester problem. They're winning games. They're squeezing out games when they're throwing this away. So you just got to keep this momentum going. There shouldn't be any reason that Sheffield Wednesday turn up and we're nervous that we're going to win the game. We should be going Well, you know my prediction, Chris. In fact, we all went pretty high because you shared my prediction. I can see us. I don't care about how Watford were in that second half. Ifs, ands, and buts, we still won the game. They'll take confidence. I've gone 4-0 for it. I don't see how we can't be ruthless. We've got to make teams like that with the greatest respect to them. I know they're in their own battle for survival, but we've got to turn them over.
Yeah. Okay. Again, pretty much got it right, Enzo, today with the substitutes. He made 4 of 5. I think that was needed. We're coming up to Tuesday. Nelson, sensible substitution on 62, moving Justin over to the right. So Luke was happy. Doyle coming in on the left with Faz in the midfield. But Nelson was on a yellow card. Pratt with Chowdhury on 82, to settle it down. Along with Mavididi on for Fatawu, who had quite a quiet game today. Vardy for Daka, and I think that was probably because of the match coming up.
Yeah, it's quite good that Enzo started to use more of the subs, isn't it? Because it was a frustrating time where there was just perhaps one sub being used and we were on 87, 88 minutes and looking like we were flagging a bit, really. So we seem to have turned a corner in that respect because he used 5 last week. And it might be that he was just waiting for the likes of people like Doyle to come back from injury just to make sure we can get those subs used. But yeah, I'm always up for more subs, the better for me, because you don't want players over-tiring themselves. You don't want someone like Nelson getting sent off unnecessarily. Picking up yellow cards in the defence is a pain as well because we miss games. So the squad's there for a reason, and it's showing more and more that he's got faith in the fringe players more and more because he's starting to utilise them a bit. And hopefully he's learned the error of his ways, because some of the games where all of us have been really frustrated, where 75 minutes comes round and there's been no change and it's desperate for it. So it sounds like he's starting to utilise that a bit more, which I'm pleased about.
Yeah, indeed. Right, it's time for performance ratings and man of the match. So we'll do performance first. We'll go left to right. So we'll start with you, Brad. Performance out of 10?
Given the needless pressure they put on themselves, and the way the last sort of 20-odd minutes played out, I can't go much higher than what I'm going to give them, which is a 7.
7.
Could have been more, but
yeah, Luke.
Well, if there wasn't totalitarian rules, I'd go 6.5. So I'm going to go off 6. I think we made that look harder than it needed to be. I don't think it was a strong 6, if that makes sense. That may sound harsh, but I just feel like we could have been a lot better.
Kate?
Yeah, I was going to go with Luke, actually, because I've given some 7s this year, which were better performances than that. So I'm going to go 6 as well. We made it hard work. We gave away a really silly goal. And we just didn't need to make it that hard, yeah.
Gray has gone 7. I've got to say, Kate and Luke, I think you're very, very harsh. I mean, bloody hell, let's not upset them, Brad? But, Alan has gone. He's gone 7, as it happens. And I must admit, I can't believe how harsh you two have been. Anyway, I've gone 6. So
I knew you knew that would come in. You knew it was there. He baited it in. He tried to see if anyone would bite. He got really.
So I have gone 6, but Alan has gone a 7 for the performance. Just see if he said anything about it. It's okay. Man of the match, Brad.
You know what? There was actually a few decent performances today that could have warranted man of the match. Dennis Pratt, I actually think, did really well. Considering the timeout he's had, considering concerns over him, someone's got to try and step up and take that Ndidi role, and he seems to be, staying injury free and managing to do it. I thought Ben Nelson did really well. Did nothing wrong, just purely came off because of that card. Obviously Daka got the goal, but to be honest with you, fairly quiet. They got a few passes off, but didn't do too much. But for me, one man that was back to his best and was allowed to kind of have a free roam, do exactly what he was better at all round, and that's Ricardo Pereira, who for me, I'm just going to give the edge to. There's a few I would argue for, but he just gets the edge from me. Like, I think it was Kate that said it earlier, back to cutting inside, looking dangerous, and he got the goal in that wonderful move. And he always seems to get a goal when it's a lovely build-up play, doesn't it? And he's always cutting in, he's always involved, or he's scoring the goal. So yeah, for me, Ricardo, edges out, but there was a few contenders.
Luke?
I was very, very tempted to go with Ricardo as well. I think he had a really good game and really good in the ball. But for me, I'm going to give it to Wout Faes purely just because he was taking over that Vestergaard role. And for all the times he was on the ball, I thought he was quite reliable. And I thought he made some great crunching tackles and challenges. And again, very, very honourable mention for Ricardo. But for me, I'm just slightly going to go Wout Faes.
Yeah. And Kate?
Well, I'm going to go with Ricardo, but it's a bit unfounded because I didn't watch most of the game. I've just gone on what I've listened to on the radio, and I've seen the goal now on Twitter. Ricky P.
Okay. For me, I kind of was where you were, Brad. We're going for Pratt. I really thought he had a good game. He stayed sort of pretty much free, injury free. He earned the penalty. Fatawu was a little bit disappointing today. Dewsbury Hall was sort of off his pace. I think if that team had come up against the Southampton or Leeds, we might have been looking at not coming away with any points at all. But yeah, I've got to agree. I've got to go Ricardo, make it almost a full set. I do know where you're coming from, Luke, and I think it's a fair shout for that. But Alan's gone for Ricardo as well, so a man of good sense.
Southampton in 3 today, by the way, so we might have done all right against Southampton today.
Say that again, sorry.
Southampton let in 3 today, so we might have been all right against Southampton today.
I was thinking, I was very much tongue in cheek with the 5 goals that they scored and Leeds getting 3. Well, guys, thank you so very much. It's going to go great for the weekend. I'm going to go off and have a takeaway now, thanks to Gray. I'm running on fumes, says Luke. God, well, as long as you're running on them and not letting them come out your arse, we'll be all right, mate. Luke, thank you very much. Tell everybody where they can find you. Well, let's face it, they just have to follow their noses, really, don't they?
You can find me here, or you can find me at Leicester City Down Under.
Cheers, buddy. All the best, mate. Go and get into bed.
See you later, buddy.
See you later, guys.
I think he's on a promise myself. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's promised to the toilet for round 2.
Cheers, mate. Oh, Kate, looking very bright in the light.
I know, my light's not great today.
Are you going? I presume you're going to Sheffield Wednesday.
I am, yep. So you'll see me there.
We'll see you there. People were asking if you weren't at the game. A couple of them, I think, were getting excited in the bedroom. But thank you so very much. Where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter at Kate Blakey40. So give us a follow.
There we go, Kate Blakey40. Thank you very much. I'll see you Monday for the debate show.
You will. See you later.
Take care. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. And then there was 2. Just the 2 of us.
We can host this if we try. Just to...
Oh dear. Right. Thanks very much, Brad. Give everybody a shout out where they can find you.
Usually just here, but we do have a sister channel which just tying up some loose ends on a quiz idea that I've got coming back. It's LTID TV 2. So if you haven't already, go over there and show us some love and support. There is content coming this year. It'll be football quizzes and women's football. And just a shameless plug, as Chris likes to. The women today I would have done a watch along if I'd realised it was a 12:30 kickoff. I thought it was a 2:30 kickoff, so I didn't bother. But they absolutely triumphed and smashed Birmingham to pieces 6-2 in their FA Cup. So they are into the next round. They've won the 5th round, so I think they're in the quarterfinals.
I was about to say, is it the quarterfinals?
Yes, they're in the quarterfinals. The last time Leicester made it in the quarterfinals was in 2021. But to give Leicester fans hope that they might be able to cause a couple upset off you, on that run, Chris, they beat Manchester United and Liverpool to get to that quarterfinals. I can't remember who it was a loss to. I think it was Chelsea, which didn't go to plan. But who knows, Chris? Maybe two teams on FA Cup charge. Leicester have obviously Bournemouth in a couple of weeks in there. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? If both the men's and the women's.
It would be a men and women's cup double. That would be nice. I will see you for Tuesday for the watch along.
Yes, looking forward to that.
And obviously, something we're going to be looking at going forward, of course, is the post-match show. Where this is very much a reaction show. The post-match show, which is possibly going to be more of a giving a bit of thought, and Brad's going to get his balls out for us. Are you not?
Not to be related to the ones attached to me physically, just in case anyone was getting concerned or excited. Probably concerned either way. But yes, we would tactically getting the balls out on the pitch and not in the genitalia sense.
Yeah, that's what it's called. The tactic.
The training ones out, and we'll be bringing that back because now I've got this reliable thing. I should be able to do some videos.
And he can draw little maps and little diagrams and bring them all over the page and
and then Chris tells me to pack it in and watch the game. So I can continue.
All right, mate. Have a good weekend. I'll see you Tuesday.
See you Tuesday, folks. See you later, mate.
Right. Thanks to Brad, and let me just make myself huge. There we go. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to everybody that's been watching. Really do appreciate it. Thanks to everybody that's been listening on the podcast version on YouTube as well. Really appreciate that. 2-1 is what it was, how it finished. And you know what? We're going to be back tomorrow. We are Sunday at 7:00. We're doing the preview for Sheffield Wednesday with Sheffield Wednesday fan site the Wednesday week. 7:00 tomorrow evening. So we will see you then. But thanks to everybody that was in. Thanks to Kate, Luke, and of course Brad. I hope hopefully Luke is enjoying his poo, which I'm sure is where he's gone. And we'll see you tomorrow at 7. Come on, you foxes! It's just getting better and better and better. Good night.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You'd better like them too, or I'll be back.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.